In this grim scene, the battlefield is painted with the aftermath of a fierce confrontation. The sky looms ominously red, casting an eerie glow over the fallen warriors. A lone figure, shrouded in shadow, stands in the midst of this devastation, their presence adding an air of mystery and foreboding to the already tense atmosphere. The towering spire of a destroyed monument pierces the sky, a stark reminder of the battle's ferocity. Debris and ruins litter the landscape, while the lone figure trudges through the wreckage, seemingly weighed down by the gravity of the situation. The air is still, the silence almost deafening. As the scene shifts, the focus turns to the bloodied and battered survivors, their faces etched with exhaustion and despair. The mysterious figure moves among them, their intentions unclear, as they survey the remnants of what once was. A close-up reveals the face of a young man, his hair dark and matted with blood. His eyes, though weary, burn with a fierce determination. He breathes heavily, his expression a mix of pain and resolve, as if he's gathering his strength for what lies ahead. The young man's gaze sweeps over the battlefield, taking in a staggering loss of life. His thoughts are heavy with the weight of so many lives lost, the enormity of the carnage almost too much to bear. Yet within him burns a flicker of hope, a spark that refuses to be extinguished. Drenched in blood and frustration, our protagonist can't help but curse his current predicament. The tension is palpable as his mind races through the chaos. The ominous realization of Ahyudi's clear carelessness hangs in the air like a dark cloud, setting the stage for what's to come. A sudden shock hits him, eyes wide and alert. He never imagined there'd be a force this strong, lurking in the shadows. With a mixture of dread and determination, he surveys the scene. Who's still alive? He questions as the battlefield lays in ruin before him. The giant Ahyudi stands tall, radiating an unstoppable aura. His presence alone sends shivers down the spine, as the skies seem to bend to his will. Surrounded by his menacing minions, Ahyudi descends from the heavens with an otherworldly glow, like an avenging angel coming to claim his dominion. He was the last of the three giants. Yeah, you heard it right, the last one. And he's sprawled out, looking like he had a rough day at the office, except his office seems to be a war zone. Now, enter the scene. An ominous figure lunges, delivering what seems to be a final blow. It's intense like, whoa, dude, chill. Cut to a somber landscape. Half the empire's a cemetery because of this giant dude. A voice, filled with disbelief, asks the burning question, why are you still alive? The giant, with a golden glow, speaks to a shadowy character. He's been through the ringer and resigned to his fate. Mention of Siegfried hints at past alliances or betrayals. Juicy. As the rain pours, the cloaked figure speaks of Siegfried returning. A mysterious, shrouded past, mixed with present woes. The giant acknowledges, perhaps predicting a reunion of sorts. Flashback time. One of the giants got roasted by a spicy red dragon. Talk about getting flamed. It's a hot mess, literally. Our story heats up with one intense scene as a fierce character with blood smeared across his face, eyes blazing with anger, is challenged. He's accused of bringing ruin and chaos, with an ultimatum hanging in the air, his opponent telling him to shut up and die. The unseen face of the antagonist looms over, spewing venomous words, saying how their life was messed up, and now it's payback time. The tension is thick enough to slice with a knife. Meanwhile, a masked figure watches, anticipating the moment with eager eyes. It's about to be proven, they think, as the tension mounts. Our bloodied hero, though battered, stands defiant. In the end, your world, he mutters, leaving us on the edge of our seats. The masked spectator believes that the time has come for the truth to emerge, their eyes glinting with malice as they watch the scene unfold. And then, bam, a clash of titans erupts, with fists flying in the air crackling with energy. The sound of impact echoes, leaving us wondering who will rise victorious from this chaotic storm. In a kaleidoscope of cosmic reds and blacks, a mysterious figure takes center stage, cloaked in shadows and intrigue. This ain't your regular Tuesday, folks. Our scene shifts to a lone, heroic figure standing atop a cliff, staring into the distance like he's pondering the mysteries of the universe, or maybe just where he left his keys. The camera zooms in on a face partially hidden, the rain adding to the drama. Words float in the air, hinting at a destiny not yet fulfilled. You can feel the suspense hanging like a bad plot twist. A single boot steps firmly into a puddle, ripples spreading out like the consequences of a bad decision at a buffet line. It's the sound of determination, folks. We finally get a good look at our hero's face. Drenched in rain, eyes burning with a mix of resolve, and maybe a hint of I can't believe it's raining again. Flashback alert. Our hero is surrounded by some tough-looking dudes, clearly not here for a friendly game of cards. The tension is as thick as grandma's gravy. Under a gloomy sky, a group gathers with serious expressions, as if the weight of the world hangs over them. It's a somber assembly, with one figure's face blurred, perhaps hinting at a mystery or a hidden truth. The mood shifts dramatically to a dark and intense scene. A red-haired young man is seen, battle-worn and covered in blood, clutching his wounds. The air is thick with tension, and it feels like the calm before a storm of emotions. Rain pours down on a devastated landscape, painting a picture of despair. Among the wreckage, the young man stands defiantly, his voice cutting through the storm as he accuses someone of betrayal. The words "you fools," "traitors," hang in the air, echoing his raw emotion. The internal monologue of the young man reveals his regret and anger. He reflects on the betrayal, his mind a whirlwind of thoughts. You should have read the room and ran away, he thinks, his anger palpable as he grips his bloodied hand. Amidst the chaos, he questions the betrayal, his voice filled with disbelief. Just what, on the brink, who could enact the Empire's biggest shock again? He wonders, grappling with the enormity of the situation and the treachery that led to this moment. Why was my sword the only one that worked? Our lone warrior is in deep thought, puzzled by the mystery of his unique blade. If it weren't for him, the others would have fallen. His weary eyes tell a story of grief and disbelief, questioning the fateful outcome. His eye, intense and glistening with rain, reflects a mix of exhaustion, frustration, and a burning question that haunts him. Kneeling in the rain, surrounded by darkness, he admits to himself, "I really don't know," echoing his uncertainty into the void. A sudden sound interrupts the stillness, snapping him back from his thoughts with a surge of intensity. A familiar voice reaches his ears, jolting him with recognition. It's this voice. His mind races to connect the dots. Meet Yoshan, our enigmatic figure wrapped in a vibrant red attire. His long, dark hair cascades like a waterfall, contrasting against his piercing eyes. With a face that could tell 1,000 tales, Yoshan seems ready to embark on a journey that's anything but ordinary. It's a scene straight out of a blockbuster. Our hero squares off against a massive beast, the air thick with tension and the promise of an epic clash. Blood drips from the beast, a testament to the fierce battle that just went down. It's like the universe is weeping for the chaos. And then, like a plot twist nobody saw coming, Yoshan is whispered, adding a layer of intrigue to the scene. Cue dramatic title reveal as the story's name flashes across the screen, promising a tale of epic proportions. Our hero's face, bruised and bloodied, shows resolve. His lips are sealed tight, but his eyes scream determination. Amidst the rain, a gloved hand is shown with blood. Our protagonist, feeling the weight of his reality, groans and questions the meaning of feeling more alive. It's a somber moment, setting the stage for introspection. A young man, battered and bloodied, stands amidst the rain, expressing his vulnerability. He acknowledges, with a hint of resignation, that he could die at any second. It's a raw, honest admission that pulls at the heartstrings. Sitting on the ground, he reflects on his past days of idleness. The unfairness of his looming death looms over him. It's a moment of regret, tinged with the harsh truth of time wasted. The conversation takes a hopeful turn as a companion asks if there is something he wishes to do if he survives. With a determined look, he admits he has a lot he wants to accomplish, a flicker of hope in his eyes. He rises, determination etched on his face, mentioning the one thing on his mind, the desire to fight. It's a declaration of intent, a spark of resilience in the face of adversity. The setting shifts to a conversation about the academy. The young woman with long dark hair brings up the subject, piquing his curiosity. The academy represents a new beginning, a dream yet to be realized. Another scene reveals a character wearing a mask, contemplating the significance of the academy, with the words late sister's wish echoing in their mind. The academy holds deeper meaning, linked to personal loss and unfulfilled dreams. A vision of a young woman with long silver hair appears, serene and ethereal. She embodies the wish to attend the academy, a promise unkept. Her presence is a gentle reminder of dreams and aspirations that endure beyond life. The story opens with our protagonist, looking beaten and weary, yet a flicker of hope dances in his eyes. He clutches his chest, promising himself that soon, very soon, he'll be reunited with his family. It's a touching moment that pulls at the heartstrings. The scene shifts to a more somber tone as our guy is seen kneeling before a mysterious figure. This person, with a dismissive wave, calls him useless, like yikes. The air is thick with tension as the protagonist is clearly not buying into this negativity. The narrative takes a visual pause as the scene transitions to a breathtaking view of the sky. The clouds part, revealing a beam of light breaking through. It's almost like Mother Nature is giving our boy a pep talk, telling him to keep his head up. Eyes wide open, the mysterious person locks a gaze that could cut glass. Meanwhile, our hero's expression is a cocktail of surprise and determination. There's definitely some serious eye contact communication going on here. The page closes on a dramatic note as our protagonist's hand slams down with a loud thud. He's either laying down the law or just really fed up. Either way, things are about to get interesting. Whoa! In the middle of this dusty, chaotic scene, two figures are sitting, clearly stunned by something extraordinary unfolding right before them. Meet our protagonist, a young dude with messy black hair, looking like he just walked out of a brawl. He's bleeding, but holding on, staring intently with eyes wide open. Boom! Out of nowhere, an angelic figure with a whopping 8 wings makes its grand entrance, glowing like a divine disco ball. More of these winged wonders start showing up, fluttering down from the heavens. It's like a celestial flash mob. The wings keep multiplying, filling the sky with their grandeur. And our guy is just losing it, trying to figure out where these shiny folks are coming from. What the hell, these guys? Our hero's mind is blown, and he's left wondering where on Earth, or beyond, these radiant beings are sprouting from. Under a blazing sunset, a lone warrior stands, cape billowing, facing an uncertain fate, while a wounded woman sits, shocked by the revelation that the giants were just the beginning. The woman, in disbelief, realizes the threat is far greater than anticipated, as fear and despair cloud her thoughts. Her eyes, filled with tears and blood, reflect the horror as she grapples with the grim reality. A close-up of her eye, wide with terror, as she acknowledges the growing danger. Desperately, she calls out to the Grand Commander, seeking guidance or salvation. A young soldier, partially obscured, responds, frustration evident as he struggles with his limitations. The woman, still in shock, questions whether the soldier will fight, showing her disbelief at the situation. Despite everything, the warrior stands ready, determined to fight, even as winged threats loom in the sky. With blood and grit smeared across his face, our determined hero grips a torch tightly. "Even if I die," he declares, his eyes burning with a mix of rage and resolve. In a flash, he lunges forward with a powerful swing, questioning the audacity of his opponents. "Shouldn't I give some payback to those bastards?" he yells. Meanwhile, a female bystander with flowing hair and a red attire is shell-shocked. He's not giving up in this situation, she muses, clearly astonished by his tenacity. Another voice, seemingly one of understanding and camaraderie, chimes in. "Yeah, he's such a man. That's why we were able to get to this stage." It's a nod to the hero's indomitable spirit that has brought them this far. Amidst the chaos, celestial beings float in a radiant sky. Our hero stands with his back to us, absorbing the surreal sight. If it's him, a thought trails off, suggesting a glimmer of hope or perhaps a plan. A voice calls out Corporal Ronan. He seems startled, what? But it appears he's too engrossed in the unfolding events. Ronan, clearly preoccupied, snaps back and busy, so stop talking. His intense gaze, with golden eyes aflame, underscores his focus. The female onlooker, upon hearing his words, is jolted. An expression of surprise spreads across her face, encapsulating the intensity of the moment. In a world of chaos, our hero stands bewildered as a mysterious woman, with long dark hair and a blood-stained outfit, approaches. Her eyes are intense, and she seems to have a critical message as she leans in close, leaving the hero in shock as they wonder, What? The scene gets even more intense as she transfers a glowing liquid into the hero's mouth, leaving him wide-eyed and baffled. He's caught off guard and blurts out, "What did you put in my mouth?" There's a close-up of the woman's face, her expression unreadable as she whispers something important into his ear. Her words are lost to us, but they clearly hold weight. With confusion written all over his face, our hero tries to comprehend the situation, stammering, "What? Wait, what are you?" The tension escalates as the hero, visibly frustrated, exclaims, "What the hell are you saying in this situation?" Meanwhile, the woman remains cryptic, her intentions unclear. Our hero, known as Corporal Ronan, stands there, bloodied but determined. His face is a mix of confusion and resolve as he processes what just happened. The woman, with a faint smile and a haunting gaze, utters, "If we meet again," leaving our hero with more questions than answers. In a blur of energy and swirling lights, the woman begins to fade away, leaving Corporal Ronan with a final, mysterious message echoing in his mind. The air is thick with uncertainty and the promise of future encounters. With an intense gaze, our scar-faced hero can't believe what's unfolding. His eyes, filled with determination, hint at a brewing storm within. He mutters, "But nothing quite like this. Oh boy, something big is about to go down." Suddenly, a burst of blue energy explodes. It's like someone cranked the dial to 11, and the power surges with a mighty force. Things are getting electrifying. The scene shifts to two shadowy figures standing together, like they're ready to face whatever cosmic dance is about to happen. The tension is palpable as the light show intensifies. Now, it's a full-on light spectacle. The energy swirls, crackles, and pops with vibrant colors, painting the night in shades of blue and white. It's like a fireworks finale, leaving everyone in awe. Then, just like that, everything is enveloped in an overwhelming brightness, as if the heavens have opened up in response to the spectacle below. Finally, the scene calms, and we're left with a serene view of the sky. The clouds drift lazily by, a stark contrast to the chaos that just unfolded. What just happened? The scene kicks off with a shout, "Grand Commander!" echoing through the air as a hand slams the ground in urgency. The vibe is intense, like something big is about to go down. A character is seen from behind, looking out at the peaceful landscape. The word Grand Command trails off, leaving an air of mystery hanging in the air. As the gaze shifts to a wide, open field under a bright blue sky, the character is clearly shook. Impossible, they stammer, trying to wrap their head around what they are seeing. A tranquil lake comes into view, with two figures standing by it. The character seems to recognize this place, thinking this place, could it be? The camera zooms in on a hand touching the grass, feeling the earth, grounding the character in this surreal moment. Then, we see the character's face, or at least part of it, looking confused and a bit stunned. What's going on here? The character sits down, questioning their reality. Is this really happening? Did I really return to the past? They wonder, grappling with the shocking possibility. Under the gentle shade of a big OL tree, we find our protagonist letting out a sigh, as if the weight of the world was on his shoulders. Nature's peaceful vibes seem to offer him a moment of solace. With a determined face, he muses about the Grand Commander's words being true. The scene hints at something big looming, a revelation perhaps, as he sits there, lost in thought. Whoa, hold up! Things take a wild turn as we see a mysterious figure in an embrace with our hero. Their expressions scream what? As if something unexpected just dropped like a bombshell. Our hero is caught off guard as the mysterious figure, with a mischievous grin, hands him a glowing potion. "What did you put in my mouth?" he exclaims, the surprise clear on his face. "What you just swallowed was an orb that turns back time," reveals the figure, leaving us all spinning in confusion and intrigue. In a dimly lit room, a character with a mysterious presence, dressed in a sharp red coat with long hair, reveals some mind-boggling truths. This person mentions someone who was once just a trash, but managed to rise to the esteemed rank of a Grand Commander. Below him, two figures, illuminated by a soft light, stand as symbols of what has been achieved. The mystical object in the second image is cloaked in a glowing aura, hinting at its significance. It has been used 3 times already, leaving just one more chance for its power to be unleashed. The owner of this power decides to pass it on to someone else. In the next scene, we see a close-up of a battle-worn face, marked with bruises and blood, solemnly declaring the transfer of power to another individual. The tale continues on a battlefield, where the protagonist, standing alone, is entrusted with the power to slay giants. Another character, sitting in a rocky terrain, poses an intriguing question about sharing their abilities, revealing a complex relationship between the two. Finally, the narrative shifts to a vibrant scene showing the grandiose Philion Academy, a place teeming with outstanding individuals. It's suggested as the next step for those eager to learn and harness their potential. And Corporal Ronan echoes through the air as a mysterious figure with a blurred face steps forward, their voice laden with significance. "If we meet again," murmurs a figure with long hair, her face hidden, her tone a blend of hope and uncertainty. "Can you tell me to not do anything stupid and just become a tailor?" A young girl, her features obscured, sits with a sense of longing, seeking a simpler path. "I've done a lot of things," declares a determined male figure, his voice carrying the weight of past actions, as he stands amid a storm of flying machines. But nothing quite like that. The scene closes with a stark realization, leaving us hanging on the edge of an unfolding epic. John's mind is spinning as he tries to wrap his head around this surreal place. Is this a dream? Or has he really landed in some strange reality? The quaint village sprawls before him, full of rustic charm and mystery. Our guy is scratching his head, wondering what the heck is going on. A blurry figure leaves us with more questions than answers. But hey, who doesn't love a good mystery? With a deep breath and newfound determination, he grips a sturdy stick. It's time to figure out what's real. He strides towards a massive tree, its branches stretching out like it's inviting him to discover its secrets. His foot lands with purpose, ready to face whatever this peculiar world throws at him. In the heart of a bustling medieval town, under the bright and sunny sky, the streets are packed with folks going about their day. Our protagonist is making his way through, seemingly lost in his thoughts about what lies ahead. He grips a staff, determination etched on his face, thinking, if I go a little further. Clearly, he's up to something or maybe headed somewhere important. His eyes, a striking orange, are sharp and observant. They dart around as if he's on high alert, ready to catch any mischief in the air. And there it is. He spots a group of punks gathered under a tree. He mutters to himself, what? Those punks. Something's definitely up. His attention is drawn to a rather odd sight. What the hell are they doing hanging a child upside down? He wonders aloud. The punks are up to their usual nonsense, and it's not a pretty sight. With a resigned sigh, he comments to think those guys haven't changed in the past either. Clearly, he's dealt with their antics before, and it's a tired tune. He notices something peculiar about the situation. Wait, that child isn't hanging by a rope, but with magic. This isn't your average playground bully scene. Pondering aloud, he says a person as valuable as that was a rare sight on the battlefield. There's no way there's one here in a countryside town. He's clearly baffled by the presence of such magic in this quaint setting. In a serene yet eerie forest, a red-haired girl stands amidst glowing symbols, her expression a blend of curiosity and concern. She's certain that they were here too, the air around her tingling with magic and mystery. The red-haired girl's worry deepens as she ponders about the child, her thoughts racing about the dire consequences if something isn't done soon. Her face is a portrait of anxiety, driven by an unseen urgency. Switching scenes, we find a blond man being held by his shirt in a rather uncomfortable position. The plea, please stop. Stop it, hangs in the air with desperation painting the scene. The unfortunate man dangles upside down from a tree, his pockets as empty as his excuses. I really don't have any money, he protests, hoping his sincerity might sway his captor. The man's voice trembles as he explains his plight. My mom's medicine this month was expensive. His bruised and battered face tells a tale of hardship and struggle as he clings to hope that his words might soften the situation. I'm emptying your pockets, so why do I need to worry about your mom's health? The bully sneers, his hand diving into another guy's pocket with zero chill. It's the kind of day where someone's about to catch these hands. The victim ain't taking this lying down. He throws a punch, sending the bully reeling back. The crowd gasps, but hey, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. More onlookers gather, mouths agape as chaos unfolds. The intensity rises like a tidal wave, and it's about to crash hard. Amidst the mayhem, a voice suggests lifting the bully to the top of the tree since he hasn't come to his senses. A red-haired girl stands there, stunned, her eyes wide open. The scene shifts to the blonde-haired guy, his face flushed with anger. He's not about to let this slide, demanding to know why he got left hanging like that. Before you end up hanging with him, the red-haired girl whispers, her thoughts reflecting a mix of concern and realization. She sighs, lost in contemplation. Our girl, with the fiery red hair and big purple eyes, looks like she's just seen her grades after a semester of goofing off. She's sweating bullets and asking, how did it become like this? Clearly something's gone awry. The existential crisis hits hard as she ponders. Was it wrong for me to learn magic? Cue the dramatic music, folks. She's questioning life choices like we do after a late-night pizza binge. She's standing in a crowd, all eyes on her. Her red hair makes her stand out like a flamingo in a crowd of pigeons. She's thinking, I just wanted to show that I was good at something too. You can almost hear the violins playing as she bares her soul. The magic is crackling in her hands, but she's freaking out. I need to tell him now that I can't do it. It's like she's holding a live wire and can't decide whether to drop it or juggle it. I'm so scared, she admits, her face a portrait of fear. But then she steels herself. What if he? The suspense is thicker than Grandma's gravy. In a picturesque setting, she's pleading, please. Her hands clasped, looking like she's about to ask her parents for a puppy. The guy next to her has a grin that screams mischief. And the blonde dude. Well, we can't see his face, but you just know he's either amused or clueless. She's begging now, please, please. Her red hair flares out dramatically as she kneels. The dude in front of her, with his dark hair and intense gaze, is like, how can I refuse when you beg so desperately? And just like that, the tension snaps. But does he say yes? Stay tuned. The scene opens with our hero lying flat on the ground, probably thinking about life choices, while a group of shadowy figures loom over him. Among them, a blonde dude looks like he just delivered the smackdown. A few feet away, a red-haired girl and someone with a blurred face are deep in conversation. The red-haired girl seems pretty intrigued and questions the blurred face character's move. They're in the middle of a forest, chit-chatting about whatever just went down. The blurred face character steps up, all cool and collected, saying they've got something to chat about with the blonde guy. The girl is surprised, clearly not expecting this turn of events. She's like, Ronin? With a serious expression, the blurred face character declares they've got something important to discuss. This catches the attention of the blonde dude, who is clearly not used to people talking to him after being knocked down. The blonde guy, not missing a beat, questions the blurred face character's sudden telekinesis skills. His expression screams, what the heck? But he's trying to play it cool. Blonde guy can't believe his ears as the blurred face character casually mentions picking up telekinesis from some random grimoire bought off a peddler. He's like, is this dude for real? The blurred face character stands tall, contemplating the situation. He's amazed by his own abilities and thinks to himself, this is amazing. He'll know after seeing a little more. But with this, when I'm caught up with the giants, our mysterious sword wielder is gearing up for an epic showdown. Clutching his weapon tightly, he seems ready to take on the colossal adversaries. His determination is palpable, and you can almost feel the tension in the air. This sound. Enter our protagonist, a young man with striking dark hair, eyes sharp as a hawk. His curiosity is piqued by an unusual sound. Is it danger? Is it opportunity? Only one way to find out. His gaze is fixed, and you can sense a story about to unfold. A sword? The plot thickens as we see a fierce-looking, blonde-haired character with an intense glare. His sword gleams ominously. You were never fit, he declares, his words sharp enough to cut. The tension between him and the giants is electric, and it's clear that this isn't just a friendly spar. But today he'll correct those manners. Our blonde warrior bursts into action, soaring through the air with the agility of a ninja. His form is impeccable, his intentions clear. He's on a mission to correct those manners, and he's not holding back. The clash is inevitable, and it's going to be epic. So, is this a real contest? Seems like the dark-haired guy is still piecing things together. Dare to get near me? Echoes in his mind. Meanwhile, our blonde swordsman isn't backing down. My potential is way high, he boasts, clearly pumped for the showdown. The stage is set, and the stakes have never been higher. Standing atop a cliff, our mysterious hero coolly remarks, with me, it won't, as he faces a formidable opponent. The blonde adversary looks on in disbelief, sweat trickling down his face, thinking, H easily dodged that? Our black-haired protagonist, with fiery eyes, reflects confidently, although my boat is younger, this is still the same. A shadowy figure looms behind him, a reminder of past battles. As the question echoes, battle sense? The blonde guy, trying to regain his composure, taunts, You're lucky, huh? But the protagonist nonchalantly agrees, I know, right? I'm quite lucky today, even though I've been unlucky my whole life. The blonde guy grips his sword, declaring, since it's come to this, not your arms and legs, while the protagonist stands firm, ready to defend. An audacious dude, with a half-in face, is playing the villain card pretty well. He's all like, if I kill you, I'll make sure I treat your sister well. Classic villain line, right? He's got this sly grin as his hand playfully twirls near his neck. Our mystery opponent, caught off guard, goes, did you just say sister? You can just hear the record scratch. The guy with the sword, unfazed, goes, yeah. Every time I see her, I think this. The plot thickens, folks. Things get wild as the sword guy lunges with a quick, precise move. The panel's a blur of action lines and intensity, with a thought bubble saying, he has the same look as you did. Oh snap, it's getting deep. Boom. The action hits its peak. Our sword-wielding mystery man lands a hit, and there's this dramatic spray of, well, you know, all that good stuff. The faceless dude looks like he didn't expect this outcome. Talk about a plot twist. The scene opens with a mask being shattered into pieces, sending fragments flying through the air. The intensity of the moment is palpable as it marks the beginning of a confrontation. A blonde-haired guy is on the scene, clutching his head in pain, letting out a scream that echoes through the surroundings. The background blurs as he yells, "ACK," drawing the attention of a group of bystanders. His agony continues as he is surrounded by curious onlookers who are trying to figure out what just happened. The tension is rising as everyone is on edge. A footstep echoes in the air as a mysterious figure approaches. The word "hey" comes out casually, yet with an underlying threat as the newcomer makes his presence known. The newcomer, towering over the blonde guy, calls him a fucking punk. His demeanor and the way he talks indicate he's not there for friendly chit-chat. With eyes blazing and teeth bared, the newcomer issues a chilling threat. "Do you want to die?" he asks, his face a mask of fury and intent, leaving everyone wondering how this confrontation will end. In a vibrant, sunny forest setting, we see a group of people. Some are looking on with confusion, while others seem to be in the middle of a confrontation. There's a sense of tension hanging in the air as the scene unfolds. A close-up reveals the bloody stick, dripping with the aftermath of the unexpected ear-cutting incident. It's clear that things have taken a gruesome turn, and the thugs are in disbelief. "Here, this is yours." Our story unfolds with a blurred-faced dude handing over a bag, which seems like a treasure trove, to another guy who's so flabbergasted. He's stuttering, "This is..." Then, with eyes wide open, the surprised guy can't believe his luck. "You're really giving this all to me? This is a lot more than what they stole from me." The generous mystery man, holding something akin to a weapon, assures him it's fine. "This is all I need." Next, the blurry-faced benefactor reassures our astonished friend. Don't worry about them getting back at you or anything. They won't have the gall to wander around with their heads up. Overwhelmed, the grateful guy clutches his treasure, blurting out, "Just thank you. Thank you so much." Switching gears, our mysterious benefactor, with a casual wave, dismisses the gratitude. It's fine. Just go home," he says, but there's an interruption. A wild plot twist appears. A girl with striking red hair and a school uniform shows up, looking utterly bewildered. She's like, "Huh?" Close up on the redhead. Her expression is a mix of shock and something else, maybe dread. She's got beads of sweat rolling down her face like she's in a hot yoga class. And then the tension peaks. The girl, still with that stunned look, blurts out a single word that says it all. "Sorry." The scene is set with a young girl, red-haired, clearly distressed. She starts with a regretful tone. "I wish I shouldn't have." It's like she's been carrying a heavy burden. Her words tumble out, but I was so scared that I couldn't stop myself." Her vulnerability is palpable, and you can't help but feel for her. Out in the open air, she stands with a couple of others. One of them is sympathetically saying, "It's all my fault. I'm really, really sorry." The guilt is written all over their face. A close-up shot of a freckled face shows a slight smirk, perhaps a hint of understanding or support for the red-haired girl. Her eyes widen, recalling a crucial moment when Hans first dragged you here. The memory seems to be a turning point. From a distance, the trio stands together. "When I saw you, I was thinking..." One of them starts revealing their thoughts. Continuing, they express about how you were in the same situation as me. The connection between them grows clearer, a shared struggle. A comforting hand on her shoulder. "So don't blame yourself too much, Asel." The support is tangible, easing her burden just a bit. In a serene setting, a character with blonde hair stands, holding a mysterious sack close to his chest. The blurred face adds an air of mystery, but his casual attire suggests he's just another dude trying to get by. Joining the scene, we have a red-haired woman and a dark-haired guy. The red-haired woman turns to the blonde, acknowledging his apology with a simple, "But I appreciate your apology." As the blonde character takes his leave, clutching his sack, he walks away towards a rustic village, leaving the two companions behind. The focus shifts back to the duo. Standing side by side, the dark-haired guy and the red-haired woman exchange glances. She's got this warm smile, and he's looking a bit more relaxed. Zooming in on the dark-haired man, his amber eyes widen with a hint of realization. Maybe he's seeing something he hadn't noticed before. The red-haired woman, looking radiant as ever, seems quite content. There's a sparkle in her eyes, and you can't help but wonder what's on her mind. The dark-haired guy cracks a smile, admitting, well, she's not so bad. Seems like she's growing on him. In a playful exchange, the dark-haired guy reminds her of some unfinished business. She's caught off guard, stammering, "Acha? All right." With a confident nod, the guy sets the rendezvous for 4 days later. The red-haired woman, still a bit flustered, questions, "Acha? 4 days?" As she tries to wrap her head around the sudden plan, he explains his schedule and suggests they meet when the moon graces the night sky. All right, folks, we're diving straight into the action with a scene that's got more tension than a thriller movie. A mysterious guy, rocking a weapon, is up close and personal with a red-haired girl. His words are as sharp as his weapon, leaving the girl squealing in terror. Then the vibe shifts. Our red-haired heroine is left standing in a serene forest. She's watching the guy walk away, his parting words echoing like a ticking clock. "You're dead if you're late." Talk about pressure. With a confused look, she's left wondering, what? As if she just stepped off the roller coaster that is her life. Now, we're zooming out to a picturesque scene, a little cottage tucked away in the woods, looking like it was plucked straight out of a fairy tale. Inside, a shadowy figure looms behind a door. It's mysterious and a bit spooky, like the start of a ghost story. A splash of color brightens the scene, a stunning bouquet of roses, sparkling like they're ready for their close-up. Maybe romance is in the air? Turns out, our black-haired friend is holding the bouquet. He's reminiscing, "I remember she liked flowers." But his expression? It's like he's just realized he brought a cactus to a rose party. In a moment of hesitation, he decides, as expected, "I should just throw these away." But wait, something stopped him in his tracks. What's caught his eye? I was wondering who was outside. The suspense builds as the front step creaks under the weight of someone's feet. "It was you, Ronan?" The mystery is solved as Ronan, looking like he just walked out of a soldier's tale, stands at the door. A familiar figure, presumably an old friend or family, spots him with a hint of surprise. "You're back?" The words hang in the air, dripping with a mix of relief and curiosity. Ronan, with eyes as sharp as ever, seems to be processing a whirlwind of thoughts. During my time as a disciplinary soldier, Ronan dives deep into his memories. Should I say sorry for leaving without a word? Should I tell her that I missed her? He's caught in a storm of what-ifs, pondering all the things left unsaid. But that was all things that only Ronan, the disciplinary soldier, could say. Reality hits him hard like the rain pouring down, showing a clear distinction between the soldier he was and the man he's become. All I can say right now is, the tension is thick, and it feels like Ronan is about to drop some heavy truth bombs. You're home early today. The scene takes a lighter turn as another character, with flowing silver hair and a warm smile, greets Ronan. She's clearly glad to see him back, and perhaps has been waiting for this moment. Meet Ronan, the guy with the fiery orange eyes and hair as dark as midnight. His expression? A mix of surprise and a hint of anxiety, as if he's about to face the final boss of a video game, or maybe just his sister. Ronan stands at the doorstep, armed with a bouquet of flowers, like a warrior returning from battle. Opposite him is Iroh, his sister, dressed in a gentle pink dress, her long silver hair cascading down. She greets him with the words, "I'm back," and you know this isn't just any ordinary sibling reunion. The table is set with a feast that could make anyone's mouth water. Plates filled with delicacies, enough to make any foodie swoon. Ronan's thoughts bubble up. "Oh my, I never thought I'd live to see the day when..." Iroh, with her icy blue hair and warm smile, is thrilled. "I'd receive flowers from my cold brother," she muses, holding the bouquet like it's the greatest treasure. Meet Iroh, Ronan's older sister, whose joy is as bright as her hair. Ronan sits across from Iroh, her excitement bubbling over. She's so happy, and Ronan, with a shy grin, simply replies, "I'm glad you like it." The room is filled with warmth and the smell of a home-cooked meal. Irol, ever the doting sister, asks if her cute little brother has had enough to eat. Ronan, trying to keep up with her generosity, insists, "Thanks, but you've already given me enough." Irol leans in, curiosity piqued. "By the way, I have a question. How old are you this year?" Ronan, caught off guard, responds, "Huh? Jeez, Ronan. I'm 22. Why?" Irol, in a moment of forgetfulness, blurts out, "I just suddenly forgot." Ronan's reaction is priceless. "See? That's not something you should forget." The room is filled with laughter, herbs hanging on the walls adding a cozy touch. At a cozy breakfast table, our main dude is having a classic morning chat with his sister. She's asking about his health, all while a mountain of bread sits between them. But his mind is elsewhere, calculating her age and the time left until some mysterious event. His thoughts drift to a celestial scene, a winged figure looming large. He's counting down 10 years until those bastards make their move. Back to reality, the sister checks his temperature. It's confirmed. No fever here. Her brother reassures himself. She's the same as ever, just as he remembers. She's kind, with a gentle touch, asking if he's all right. It's clear that her presence is a comforting one. The warmth of her care is emphasized, resonating in his thoughts. The scene shifts to a sunlit moment. The brother wishes this peaceful breakfast could last forever. But reality bites back. In about 10 years, he knows he'll have to step up to protect this world and his sister. With a determined look, she leans forward, signaling she has something important to tell him. He's caught off guard, intrigued by what she has to say. I was thinking of entering the academy." Our dude here drops a bombshell of an idea, leaving us wondering what his next move is. "What? The academy?" Our silver-haired lady is shook, like she just heard the juiciest gossip. "Really?" Her surprise quickly morphs into pure excitement, like she just found out about an unexpected sale. "Say that again." "You mean it, right?" The excitement continues as she demands confirmation, making sure he's not pulling her leg. "Oh, I mean it." Our guy, still a bit unsure, confirms his plans as she clings onto his arm. But suddenly, she bolts. "I don't have the time for this." She dashes off, leaving our guy confused with a big huh hanging over his head. "I knew this day would come. You're smart, so I'm sure you'll excel in anything." As the dust settles, she cheers him on while he's just sitting there, probably thinking, thanks, I guess. Peeking into the scene, a guy with messy black hair and a girl with striking silver locks pop up, both with mischievous grins. "It's a surprise gift," they say, with the guy looking somewhat puzzled. The mystery unfolds as they reveal a pot overflowing with coins. The silver-haired girl proudly admits she was secretly saving up to surprise him. Quite the stash, right? As the girl explains her intentions, the black-haired guy, whose face is blurred, seems genuinely touched. He praises her efforts, curious about how she managed to gather such a fortune. However, he suddenly shifts gears, suggesting that the money should be used differently, claiming it isn't enough for his plans. The girl, clearly puzzled, asks what he means by that. Turns out this guy's got big dreams. He mentions wanting to attend the Imperial School, Philion Academy. The silver-haired girl is taken aback, her expression screaming, "Wait, what now?" Her shock is so intense that it echoes through the cozy little house, leaving us hanging in suspense as the scene zooms out to an idyllic cottage surrounded by greenery. Behold the Imperial School Philion Academy, the creme de la creme of learning institutions, where the Empire's brightest minds converge under its majestic towers. Inside, we find a professor in full swing, teaching with passion and precision. The Academy boasts the continent's most outstanding professors, backed by the imperial family's deep pockets, making it the ultimate place for top-notch education. This place has churned out some real heavy hitters, from the legendary Swordmaster Shelley to other renowned figures. Philion's alumni list reads like a who's who of greatness. In a dimly lit room, a mysterious woman in military attire contemplates the war's aftermath, acknowledging the significant role Philion graduates played in the conflict. She's intrigued by what she heard from the Grand Commander. In a serene, moonlit forest, we meet a young man on a contemplative walk. He's mulling over the Academy's high standards and the prestige that comes with it, realizing that fame might be a double-edged sword. But wait, there's more. The young man finds himself puzzled by a surprising reaction from someone significant. Meanwhile, a girl with long silver hair hesitantly offers words of encouragement, adding a layer of mystery to their relationship. In the quiet of the night, a pair of feet stride with purpose across the grass, setting the stage for a mysterious encounter. With eyes sharp as a hawk's, someone decides it's time to show her the results. Who's her? The suspense is real, folks. Our brooding hero stands against the backdrop of a moonlit forest, caught off guard by a surprise guest. "I didn't know you'd be here," he admits. Plot twist. Enter the girl with the blurred face, correcting our hero on the pronunciation of her name. It's not Marcel, it's Asel, she insists. Names are important, folks. Asel reminds him of a promise not to leave her alone. He casually brushes it off like, let's forget about that. Classic move. A plot thickener. Tonight, we'll be very busy, he says. There's a test he wants her to take. Cue dramatic music. Asel's confusion is as clear as day. What are you talking about suddenly? She asks, her face a picture of bewilderment. Use telekinesis on me, Asel, he challenges, with a grin that screams confidence. Not your everyday request. With a sky full of stars above, he asks Asel to lift him as high as she can. The stakes just got real high, literally. A mysterious pink-haired girl is caught off guard, being asked to use telekinesis out of nowhere. Talk about a wild request. She finds herself in a forest, standing opposite a guy who seems super chill about this whole telekinesis thing. She's like, wait, why would I do something so dangerous? But he assures her it's not that big of a deal, urging her to just do as he says. The girl, still a bit shaken, is told that he won't die from whatever she's about to do. With a resigned sigh and an ugh, she hesitantly agrees, saying okay, then, as she gears up for the task. With a deep breath, her hands start to glow with a mystical blue light. The air around her crackles with energy as she prepares to unleash her telekinetic powers, declaring, Independent Illinois start. Our scene opens with a red-haired warrior unleashing a devastating attack, aptly named Invisible Hand. This dude ain't playing around as energy crackles and darts toward our blue-eyed protagonist, who stands ready, bracing himself for impact. The air is charged literally. Our young hero, with a look of shock, is surrounded by an intricate web of glowing symbols. He seems surprised, maybe even a tad impressed, by the sheer power he's up against. In his mind, he's thinking, whoa, this is going to be one wild ride. Hovering above the ground, our protagonist realizes this whole scenario is more challenging than he initially thought. His face is a mixture of determination and slight disbelief, as he prepares to take on whatever comes next. All right, folks, brace yourselves as we dive into the world of mysterious powers. We got a character with some serious supernatural vibes going on. They're standing there, looking all menacing and cool, with some glowy energy surrounding them. There's talk of unlocking a crazy skill, telekinesis. Yeah, you heard it right, that mind-bending power. Then, BM, we see a close-up of this mystical being's face, and they're all like, whoa, telekinesis, with this intense expression. It's like they're realizing they've hit the jackpot of magical abilities. The scene shifts to another character with their face blurred out, but you can tell they're deep in thought. They're like, telekinesis is rare, even among mages, dropping some wisdom and letting us know just how epic this power is. Now, cut to this fiery redhead who's practically bouncing with excitement. This is going to be the most important thing for my battle against Hani. Clearly, they're gearing up for some epic showdown, and telekinesis is their secret weapon. Back to that mysterious person, and we get a close-up of their mouth, curling into a sly grin. They're thinking this start like they're plotting something big and can't wait to see it unfold. Our red-haired friend is back, and they're grinning ear to ear, asking, is pretty good? They're all pumped up, even though it's getting a bit tricky for them. They're totally feeling the power, and it's like they're ready to take on the world. Our story has a mysterious dude with that typical brooding hero vibe, standing with a sword. Someone's asking him to come down, but he's like, nah, I got one more thing to check. Classic cool guy move, right? Switch scene to a red-haired girl looking a bit puzzled. She's like, I'll come down myself, but then questions herself. What do you mean by yourself? Seems like she's got her own little inner monologue going on. Back to Mr. Mysterious. He's all about action now. He draws his sword with flair, and you can almost hear the swoosh sound effect as he dives down like a ninja. The red-haired girl is left staring, eyes wide open, as he descends in a flash. She's all, what the heck is that? As he zooms past her. In a split second, his blade slices through the air, and she's hit with the shocker. Did he just cut my mana? Talk about a plot twist. Finally, they face each other on the ground. She demands, what did you just do? And he, playing it cool, says it's nothing. Just some acrobatic stuff I've been doing for ages. Like, no big deal at all. Enter our mysterious protagonist, his face a blur, but his mission crystal clear. He's deep in thought, musing about his strange new ability and how it's one of the many homework assignments life has thrown at him. He delves into the mystery of why his sword worked on his foe. Could this newfound ability be the reason? The plot thickens. Taking a step back from the whirlwind of thoughts, our hero decides to chill and think this through slowly. He's got time, right? Meanwhile, the red-haired girl looks on, her confusion palpable. This night seems like the perfect time to reflect. Our main guy, Ronan, is staring up at the moon, probably thinking something deep like, is there more out there for me? Spoiler, there totally is. The scene is serene, with the moonlight casting an ethereal glow over the forest. It feels like the calm before the storm, or in this case, before the academy drama unfolds. Ronan and a girl with vibrant red hair are making their way through the forest. The girl's like, Paihalan Academia? It's clear they're headed somewhere important. The girl is getting a bit anxious. Did I hear it right, Ronan? We're heading to the academy where only the Emperor's elite hang out? She's probably thinking they must have mixed up the invites. Ronan's like, yeah, you and me both. Why are you asking again? It's kind of annoying. Classic Ronan, keeping it real. Why? You don't want to go? Ronan asks with a hint of sarcasm. The girl's like, no, it's not that. Clearly, there's more to this story. She admits, you got the martial arts chops, so you're good. Me? I don't know how to do anything. A moment of vulnerability as she doubts her place in this elite setting. And am cowardly and timid, says the mysterious figure. The scene is set on a dark, brooding night, adding to the intensity of the confrontation. Our mysterious figure seems to be in deep thought, reflecting on their own character. Asel, with her vivid pink hair and big, expressive eyes, is caught off guard. Hey, Asel, do you want to continue living like that? The question hangs in the air, heavy with the weight of life's choices. Asel, standing alone in a spotlight of realization, appears small against the dark backdrop. Is that really the life you want? It's a moment of introspection, a time to question the path she's on. The mysterious figure, though blurred, is still dropping truth bombs left and right. Honestly, you have such idiotic sides to yourself, they say. The air is thick with tough love and brutal honesty. Asel's face contorts in a mix of shock and embarrassment. She's called out. You become a crybaby and cry from anything. And you're a loser that's scared of? The sentence trails off, but the message is clear. It's a hard truth to swallow. But then a twist of hope. Asel's eyes widen with a spark of determination. But that's fine, because you can change that from now on, the figure reassures. It's a turning point, a chance for Asel to rewrite her story. The scene is set in a dimly lit forest where Ronan, our dark-haired protagonist, drops some heavy wisdom. The time that passes now can't be changed. He's got that brooding hero vibe going on while facing a girl with striking pink hair. Ronan continues his deep dive into life lessons, telling the pink-haired girl that one day she'll regret not taking action. He's speaking from experience, and the mood is as intense as a movie cliffhanger. Ronan reflects on his own past life, eyes filled with memories of regret and determination. The background shifts to a desolate wasteland, hinting at a story much deeper than what's on the surface. Back to the forest, Ronan's demeanor softens a bit as he asks if the girl has changed her mind. Her name slips out in a stutter, Ronan, and there's a sense of urgency and confusion in the air. Suddenly, the pink-haired girl's thoughts are loud and clear. Oh my gosh, Ronan. Her surprise is almost palpable. Zoom in on her face, those big purple eyes wide open, blushing cheeks and all. It's like a scene from a rom-com where the heroine realizes something big. Ronan, now standing in the warm glow of the evening light, speaks gently. He won't force her to choose his path. It's her life, after all. The girl seems overwhelmed, realizing someone cared about her this much. As Ronan prepares to leave, the girl, in a mix of panic and resolve, calls out to him. Wait, Ronan. I want to change too. There's a spark of determination in her voice, setting the stage for what comes next. With a smirk that could light up a room, our blue-haired protagonist declares, I'll go to Philion with you, so teach me what I need to do. The determination in his eyes is contagious, and you can almost hear the adventure calling. As the scene shifts, we find ourselves in a dense forest. The pink-haired girl, Asura, is on edge as the mysterious figure with a blurred face reassures her. All right, this is the first time you've been manly, Asura. So, the first hurdle for the great manly Asura. Shall we start? Oh, the suspense? Asura, bursting with a mix of excitement and nerves, eagerly responds, Yeah, dash. But there's something about the way the blurred face figure mutters, just like I planned, that makes you wonder what's really going on. Suddenly, the night is pierced by a burst of fiery light. Sparks fly from a makeshift stone circle, and the air is thick with tension and anticipation. What kind of magic or mischief has been set into motion? Back to Asura, who's caught off guard by the sudden burst of light. Her expression says it all. A mix of huh? And what on earth is happening? It's clear she's in for a wild ride. As the fire crackles in the backdrop, Asura looks to Ronan, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Ronan? So that's my first hurdle? Ronan, ever so cool, simply replies, Yeah, of course. You can almost sense the hidden agenda behind that casual response. Finally, the focus shifts to a mysterious, rugged figure. The best opponent that I found in order to bring out your skill? Who or what is this opponent? The plot thickens, and you can't help but wonder what challenges await our duo. Deep in the shadows, a lone figure whispers with awe and fear. It's a lunar goblin. This ain't your everyday goblin, folks. This one's got the lunar tag, making it as rare as a unicorn at a pony show. But hold up, there's more. This lunar goblin isn't just any goblin. It's the leader of the pack. Talk about a plot twist, right? This revelation surely cranks the stakes up a notch. In a completely different scene, we meet a seal, a girl with vibrant red hair and eyes as wide as saucers. She's caught up in a whirlwind of excitement and confusion as someone asks her opinion. How? She stammers, clearly flabbergasted by the turn of events. Now, things take a darker turn. The same mystery man, still with his face blurred, leans in with an ominous grin. Now, then, shall we get started? He asks, setting the stage for what promises to be an intense ride. In the shadowy depths of the forest, we spot a peculiar creature, the lunar goblin. It's the kind of goblin that's a regular around these parts, and it seems like our protagonists have their eyes on it. Unlike your average goblin, these bad boys are easy to spot thanks to their yellow skin and disfigured forms. Definitely not winning any beauty pageants, but they sure have their own unique style. Now here's where it gets interesting. These lunar goblins have a serious case of treasure fever. Gold, jewels, you name it, they go absolutely bananas for it. You can almost see the dollar signs in their eyes. So, there's this gang of goblins that love nothing more than ambushing merchants to snatch their shiny treasures. They pile up all the stolen loot in one spot, like a dragon's horde, ready for something big. Under the glow of a brilliant full moon, the goblins are seen throwing their hands up, likely in celebration or anticipation of something grand. Their gathered treasure gleams in the moonlight, making it all the more tempting. And there it is, the treasure chest itself, overflowing with gold and jewels, sparkling under the full moon. It's like a scene straight out of a pirate tale. Enter our two sneaky adventurers. The pink-haired girl, eyes wide with a mix of excitement and disbelief, whispers a question to her blurred companion. His reply is a simple, confident yep. The mystery guy reveals their plan with a smirk. We're gonna steal all that treasure tonight. It's a bold and daring move. But hey, fortune favors the brave, right? The pink-haired girl can't quite wrap her head around the fact that goblins would gather treasure just to throw a festival. It's a wild concept, but then again, goblins aren't exactly known for their predictable behavior. But how did you know that? Asked the red-haired girl, looking puzzled and a bit suspicious. The guy with the blurred face, cool as a cucumber, replies with a sly grin. Well, I have my ways. But in his mind, he's thinking, I can't tell her I saw them in my past life when I was wandering about. Yeah, dude's got some serious secrets up his sleeve. Anyway, he tells her, you just need to use your telekinesis to move all the treasure into this bag while those guys are sleeping. She looks a bit startled, but he's got that this is no biggie vibe going on. The girl, still looking unsure, says, it doesn't sound that easy. What if I make a mistake and they wake up? Her face screams, I'm not so sure about this, but the guy's still unfazed. Then he paints a pretty grim picture. Then it'd be really bad. We see these shadowy figures with glowing red eyes looming in the background. Yeah, definitely not the kind of wake-up call you want. She's visibly worried now, saying, this is way too dangerous. We should think it over, but he just chuckles, calling her a coward. Ouch, man. Finally, our red-haired heroine, gathering her courage, declares, listen up. In order to get into Philion, we need two things right away. Her determination is clear, and it seems like she's ready to tackle whatever comes next. Under a sky full of stars, our mysterious protagonist stands in front of a grand building, pondering how to gain some serious battle experience. There's a feeling of urgency in the air, like he's late for a very important date, and this is his only shot. Now this guy, whose face is still a mystery, is breaking it down for us. He's talking about Philion, a place packed with folks who've been trained to kick but from day one. It's like a school for overachievers, and our dude seems to be plotting something big. Enter a cell, the pink-haired bundle of nerves, looking like she just walked into the wrong classroom on exam day. Our protagonist hits her with the question, does she want to beat those guys? Spoiler alert, there's only one way to do it. With a grin that screams I've got a plan, he lays it out. Gain experience by, you guessed it, risking your life. Nothing says level up like a bit of life-threatening danger, right? Meanwhile, in the dark woods, there's a massive dude snoring away, blissfully unaware of the chaos about to ensue. Our blurred hero sees him as the perfect opponent. Some cash, some experience, and boom, two birds with one stone. A cell, looking more stressed than a cat at a dog show, seems to be second-guessing this wild plan. But when our main guy presses her for a better idea, she admits defeat. With a resigned sigh, she agrees, and the plan is officially on. Under the bright glow of a full moon, we've got a lively pink-haired girl, ready to kick things off with some serious enthusiasm. She's accompanied by a mysterious figure with a blurred face, making sure everything is set for whatever magical thing is about to go down. The night is crisp and clear, with a big, bold moon shining brightly above, casting an ethereal light over the scene. It's the perfect backdrop for some mystical happenings. Blue orbs of magic float above a cauldron. It looks like the magic is waking up, ready to put on a show. Sparks of energy crackle in the night air as everything gears up for the main event. The air buzzes with magic as the blue energy swirls around, and our pink-haired heroine seems to be in control, watching carefully. She's got this just-as-planned look on her face. Our determined pink-haired girl stands before the cauldron, eyes glowing with concentration. She gives a firm command to drop it, as the magic swirls, seemingly ready to release its power upon her word. Amidst the shadows, a figure with a sly grin and laced-up attire is clearly feeling pretty smug, chuckling to himself. Excellent. What's he got cooking? Next up, our boy with the bright orange eyes and messy black hair is peeking out, announcing, that was the last bag. Seems like they're packing some serious loot. Boom! the bag stuffed to the gills, shining like a treasure chest. Someone's been busy. Our red-haired newbie, looking a bit sheepish, admits, it worked, while our main guy pats her on the head, dropping some wisdom about experience being the best teacher. Meanwhile, the guy's thinking to himself, I was actually not too confident. But hey, the girl picked up the ropes quicker than a cat on a hot tin roof. He's got this look of surprise, realizing she's better than I thought, while the girl beams up with a grin that could light up the night. With a mischievous glint in his eyes, our main man declares, I found a really good minion, as he affectionately ruffles her hair. Those red eyes are practically glowing with delight. Finally, the scene wraps up with him saying, all right, since the bags are all filled now, let's get going. The girl, still a bit unsure, asks, really? Are we done? And they're off to their next adventure. In the midst of a shadowy forest scene, a mysterious character, face obscured and wearing a rugged shirt, concludes that it's time to head back. Yeah, there isn't anything else for us to do. Let's go back, he says, sounding resigned yet cautious. The scene shifts to a serene yet eerie view of the night sky peeking through the forest canopy. The air is thick with anticipation as the phrase "before anything goes wrong" hangs ominously above the trees. Out of nowhere, a raven swoops through the trees, its flight swift and purposeful. The flapping of its wings echoes through the forest, adding to the suspenseful vibe. Cut to two figures racing through the woods. The first, a blonde-haired guy, yells "damn it" as they sprint. His expression is a mix of determination and annoyance. Beside him, another with spiky hair moves with equal urgency. Their sprint continues, the scene zooming out to show them from behind. Hey, stop right there, one of them shouts. It's clear they're in hot pursuit of something or someone as they dash deeper into the forest. Back to our forest duo, the black-haired man and a pink-haired woman, looking perplexed by the uproar. What? What kind of psychos are causing all that ruckus in the middle of the night? The man wonders aloud, clearly baffled. Elsewhere, deep within the forest, a blurry figure begins to stir. KRR? What? Is all that escapes as the blurred mystery starts to shift. The scene now reveals a clearer view of the creature, resembling an orc with green-tinted skin and sharp features. It lies lazily near a treasure chest, grumbling, KRR? It's late. What's with all the noise? Clearly annoyed by the disturbance. The goblins are having a major freak-out moment. Their precious shiny collection is missing, and the chest is looking emptier than a Monday morning wallet. The panic is real, y'all. The goblins are not having it. They're yelling thieves, like it's their new favorite word. One of them is looking extra green and extra grumpy as they try to figure out who did them dirty. The goblin squad is on high alert, searching for the sneaky culprits who dared to mess with their stash. They're all pointing fingers and growling, like a mob of angry shoppers on Black Friday. Our goblin friend is having a face-off with his blurry buddy, and you can practically feel the tension. Somebody's about to get an earful, or maybe a faceful. Who knows? Meanwhile, in the not-so-distant woods, two adventurers are caught like deer in headlights. The goblins have spotted them, and it's about to get real. The goblins are closing in, and their expressions are saying, "You picked the wrong forest, pals." Our adventurers, a pink-haired lass and her dark-haired companion, are looking like they just stepped in something they shouldn't have. With wide eyes and a curse on their lips, they realize they are in deep goblin trouble. Talk about a rough day. Things are looking dicey as a loud, crashing sound echoes through the night. The ominous KRRAGH is enough to make anyone's hair stand on end. Amidst the chaos, we see a girl with striking red hair, her face a picture of pure shock as she lets out a terrified scream. That's the kind of scream that would even make a ghost jump. Our hero, a young man with raven black hair, stands ready with his sword. He mutters to himself, "Phew, I knew it," acknowledging that things were just too quiet to be true. The girl, clearly freaked out, asks what they should do. Her voice is shaky, eyes wide with fear. The guy, however, is having none of it, calmly stating, "No way." The young man is back to us, clutches his sword tightly, reasoning with his companion. "How are you going to pay for tuition without this?" Are you going to earn it somehow? It's clear they're not just fighting for survival, but for something much bigger. The scene opens with a massive figure looming over, his muscles rippling like a mountain about to crush its prey. Our hero, a young and brave warrior, finds himself cornered. You think you can take me down? The giant taunts, his voice booming like thunder. But our hero isn't fazed. He's been in tougher spots before. With a mighty roar, the giant charges forward, but our hero is ready. Eyes locked onto his opponent, he grips his sword tightly, the determination in his gaze as sharp as the blade itself. "I won't back down," he mutters under his breath, as the tension in the air thickens. Suddenly, the skies darken as other foes descend from above. They're coming in from all sides. Our hero exclaims, his voice a mix of surprise and resolve. But this isn't his first rodeo. He knows it's do or die. With a deep breath, he prepares to take on the oncoming storm. The battle rages on, a swift swing of the sword, and our hero decides enough is enough. A determined look sets on his face as he delivers a critical blow, halting the madness. The aftermath is a gruesome ballet of fallen enemies, heads flying through the air, painted with streaks of red. The sky bears witness to the hero's relentless power and determination as victory looms over the battlefield. In the heat of battle, the pink-haired girl is caught in a vicious struggle against a terrifying beast, her eyes wide with shock and determination. Blood flies through the air, painting a picture of chaos and danger. A sword glistens with fresh blood against the backdrop of a bright sky, signaling that the battle is far from over. The atmosphere is charged with tension as the word "now" hangs in the air, an unspoken command to push forward. Amidst the bloodshed, a figure stands, partially obscured, declaring 14 left. The fight is relentless, with many foes still to be vanquished. The blurred face adds an air of mystery to this fierce warrior. The moon is full, and the night is alive with the cawing of a crow, its wings spread wide against the cloud-speckled sky. It feels like the beginning of something intense, as if even the crow knows what's about to go down. A sword slices through the air with a sickening crunch, landing squarely on a goblin's head. It's like an explosion of gore, blood splatters everywhere. It's a brutal scene, and things are just getting started. Enter our hero, a young man with eyes that burn like amber coals. He's standing there with a look that says, "Is that all you got?" As if taking down goblins is just another day in the park for him. His shirt has seen better days, though, marked by the fight. A girl in pink, with hair as vibrant as a rose garden, is frozen in disbelief. She's staring at the scene, her mind repeating one word: impossible. You can see the gears turning in her head, trying to make sense of the chaos. Her face, blurred by shock, questions reality itself. What did I just see? She wonders. It's like she's been hit by a truckload of confusion and all at once. Flashback time. Goblins rushing headlong into battle, a scene of chaos as warriors stand their ground. It's a frenzy of motion and madness, and our heroes are right in the thick of it, facing the storm head-on. Meet our mysterious hero, sporting a grin that promises a world of trouble. His eyes are hidden, but you can feel the confidence radiating off him as he prepares for what seems like an epic showdown. And boom, we're thrust into a scene of pure chaos. Red laser-like beams slice through the air as a terrifying creature emerges, looking ready to rumble. Our hero seems unfazed, staring down the beast with an unwavering gaze. Meanwhile, the air is thick with tension as the monster roars in defiance, ready to attack. Things are getting wild. The beast lunges, and it's all claws, teeth, and pure ferocity. But our hero is on his game, dodging and weaving like a pro. Meanwhile, a young girl with pink hair watches the battle unfold, clearly worried. Her lips are pursed, and a bead of sweat drips down her face, hinting at the stress of the situation. And just like that, the chaos subsides. Our hero stands victorious under the moonlit sky, surrounded by a sea of defeated foes. Talk about leaving a mark. Estelle, what are you doing? Are you going to continue spacing out like that? Ah, sorry. I didn't know. You need to be more focused. Let's get out of here. We're going home. The sky overhead is a picturesque canvas of clouds and stars, a serene moment amidst the chaos. A backpack sits ready, hinting at the journey ahead. Adventure awaits. Phew. Seriously, that was tiring. I thought we'd be able to travel comfortably, but nothing goes smoothly. To think my muscles are getting sore just from slicing up some goblins. Is it because I'm still growing? When I get back, I'm going to go hard on physical training. Our mystery man seems to have a plan to get those gains up, all while dodging whatever lurks in the woods. Must be intense out here with all that determination. Ronan, what was that horrific shriek back then? I don't know. Our red-haired companion, with eyes full of curiosity, asks the million-dollar question. Ronan, our silent but strong type, seems just as clueless. Mysterious shrieks in the woods. Anyone? Stop right there. Out of nowhere, a voice booms with authority. Ronan and his red-haired buddy freeze, their faces a mix of surprise and confusion. Who's the mysterious figure demanding their attention? Just stop. In the next heartbeat, things get blurry, almost like a bad dream. Something or someone is after them, and it's not looking friendly. The tension is thick, and the stakes are high. Ah, fuck. Our red-haired girl seems to be in a bind. Things are not going as planned, and it looks like they're in a tight spot. Ain't that just the way it goes in spooky woods? Now what? With a mix of surprise and a hint of exasperation, our duo stands ready for whatever's coming next. The forest isn't giving them a break, and they need to think fast. Our red-haired protagonist suddenly finds herself face-to-face with an unexpected threat, a flying arrow. Shocked, she yells out, "An arrow!" Confused and startled, she wonders aloud, where did this come from all of a sudden? Meanwhile, she questions if the forest is cursed, musing about the sheer number of crazy bastards lurking around. Two guys in matching red outfits appear, looking equally baffled. One of them asks, "What? Who are you?" And then realizes, what? It's a person. The red-haired protagonist, still processing the situation, gets another twist. Children at that, too, says one of the men, as she stands there with wide eyes. With a sigh of relief and a touch of sheepishness, one of the guys says, "I'm sorry, kids. Seems like a big misunderstanding is happening here." One of the men explains something was rustling from a distance. Maybe that's why they were on high alert? "So I thought it was a monster," the guy admits, revealing just how wrong his assumption was. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the two guys in red uniforms are having a moment. One says, "Gosh, we almost killed a person," while the other, still processing, echoes with a right. Trying to de-escalate, one guy asks, "Are you hurt anywhere?" But he's cut off by the other saying, "Bullshit. You can't even hide the look in your eyes." Clearly, there's still some tension. Finally, the two guys towering over the scene call out the pretense, "Stop with your shitty acting and answer properly." Seems like they want to get to the bottom of this mess. With the vibe of tension in the air, we see a mysterious figure with a blurred face, looking all fired up, demanding answers from two unsuspecting individuals. The blurred face is all like, "Are you?" And the two are just standing there, clueless and probably sweating bullets. Cut to a dude in a slick red uniform, casually scratching his head like he's trying to remember where he left his keys. He laughs it off, admitting he forgot to introduce himself properly. "My bad," he says, trying to play it cool. Boom. Just like that, the chill introduction turns into chaos as a fierce attack is launched, catching Mr. Red Uniform off guard. It's like one moment he's apologizing, and the next moment he's dodging for his life. In the dimly lit scene, our hero, with his striking blue eyes and dark hair, yells out "Kirigoro" with intense determination. The shadowy backdrop adds to the tension as his eyes glow fiercely, ready for action. Suddenly, the scene erupts into chaos. Our protagonist is caught off guard by a sudden attack, his eyes wide with surprise. But this ain't no time for hesitation. Those bastards have got him riled up. His face twists into anger, and he mutters, "Those pieces of shit," while gripping his weapon tighter, ready to strike back. In a forest shrouded in shadows, our scene opens with someone who's clearly had enough. yelling about fucking beasts. This person is not here to play around. Meanwhile, a young girl with bright red hair, clearly distressed, calls out for Ronin. Her hand is glowing with a mysterious blue energy. What's going on here? Enter the blonde-haired sorcerer with a smirk, showcasing their magical prowess with something called Invisible Hand. Looks like this magic is about to get real. Two blurred figures face each other. One of them, with a hint of mischief, addresses the other by the name Asel. There's definitely more to this meeting than meets the eye. Things are heating up as our mysterious swordsman and the blonde fighter clash in a storm of energy and blades. The fighter yells nice as he charges forward, but the swordsman is quick on his feet, dodging the attack with a swift motion. In a blur of red and blue, the swordsman counters with a swift and powerful strike, catching the blonde fighter off guard and leaving him stunned. Our blonde fighter, looking shocked and a bit sweaty, turns to see the swordsman's retreating figure. His mind is racing as he tries to process what just happened. With a mix of confusion and panic, the blonde fighter feels the sting of defeat as he demands, "Who the hell are Y-?" But his words are cut short as he realizes he's been marked by the swordsman's mysterious power. A heart-pounding scream echoes through the forest as the swordsman's attack hits its mark. The blurred face of our mysterious fighter remains a puzzle as he stands amidst the chaos. Meanwhile, a red-haired girl stumbles upon the scene, clearly freaked out by the intense showdown. She lets out a startled "HHIEK" as the reality of the situation dawns on her. In the aftermath, the red-haired girl, eyes wide with fear, asks Ronin, "Our Ronin, is he dead?" Ronin, with a casual air, confirms, "Of course. Why would I let a person trying to kill me live?" They're chilling under the starlit sky, and the girl with fiery red hair is dropping some serious knowledge about the Calboro. You can see her wide-eyed realization as she repeats the name, almost like she's saying, "No way, dude." The mood shifts with a dark backdrop and red text highlighting the infamous group's track record. They're into all sorts of nasty business: poaching, kidnapping, human trafficking, you name it. These guys are the Empire's worst nightmare. Then, we get a flash of intense action with two fierce guys locked in combat. It's like they're in a high-stakes dance-off, but with way more danger. The dark narrative continues, naming Calboro as the most wicked poaching group around. It's clear these guys are bad news. Back to our dark-haired protagonist, who's in a face-off with a shady character. "So he says, and you can almost hear the dramatic music cue. With a blurred face, our hero drops a bombshell revelation about organ harvesting and secret burials. It's intense, folks. He doesn't mince words, calling out the danger of knowing about these criminals and not doing anything about it. He's got a point, doesn't he? We end with a close-up of a mysterious bag, its contents unknown, but given the context, it's probably not filled with candy. There's a sense of foreboding as the scene wraps up. Our mysterious hero is given the task to stop making a fuss and get things done. Suddenly, there's a loud thump and a question mark hovering over his head. He's like, "What's with this bag? Why is it moving? Clearly something's fishy." Enter our curious duo, a girl with vibrant pink hair and a mysterious guy. They're both eyeing the bag suspiciously. "Just who's carrying it?" The girl asks. "Is it a poached animal?" Things are getting intense, folks. With the suspense dialed up to 11, the duo decides to open the bag. "Well, we'll know once we open it," says our brave hero. Cue the dramatic music. And BEM. Out pops a creature with a high-pitched pee-pee. Everyone's jaws drop to the floor. This ain't your average day in the woods. With wide eyes, our pink-haired girl and the hero stare at the strange flying creature. It's like, what's with this? Clearly, they didn't sign up for this. As the creature flaps away, leaving a feather behind, the duo is left wondering. This chicken thing? Talk about an unexpected twist. Two adventurers, one with wild red hair and another with shaggy black hair, stumble upon something extraordinary. An ethereal blue bird, illuminated like it's having a one-bird rave, flutters above them. The guy is baffled and stammers. What's with this chicken thing? Clearly, this isn't your average poultry sighting. The bird swoops closer, revealing its dazzling blue feathers. Our duo is wide-eyed and speechless for a moment. The bird lets out a cheerful cheep, as if introducing itself. The girl, her red hair framing her excited face, turns to her companion, Roronani. It's my first time seeing a blue bird. Her voice is a mix of awe and glee, while her buddy agrees, just as bewildered. It's my first time too? This bird's debut is leaving quite the impression. A close-up of the guy's eyes shows his surprise. His sharp orange eyes, like two suns setting with amazement, are locked onto the blue bird. Whatever this feathered creature is, it has certainly caught their attention. Behold the infamous Caliboro's poaching shackle. This bad boy isn't just for show. It messes with your noggin and pins you down like a heavyweight champ. Our hero, whose face is as blurry as a censored meme, is deep in thought about this crazy shackle business. He's eyeing a blue bird like it's the key to all lives' mysteries. Boom! The magical symbol lights up, and the bird's got some serious celestial vibes going on. Our heroes are stoked. Finally, it's linked. Pink-haired sidekick's jaw drops. Did the bird just talk? Our protagonist, ever the smarty pants, retorts, nah, it's just communication magic. Chill out. Elsewhere, a mysterious dude with dark hair is plotting his jailbreak. He's got his eyes set on freedom, pondering if the shackle's magic can be outsmarted. This guy means business. Tapes, that's right. My name is Yena, and I am currently researching fantastical beasts at the institution. In that bird's... No, marpeds guardian. No matter how many times I've tried to command it, it never works. I was thinking of making a report, but I'm so relieved. Cool. Sorry for being rude. But who are you? We're just righteous passersby. We got into a fight with poachers. Who kidnapped your bird? Well, and then the memories are filled with too much bloodshed to explain. We saved it. Pardon? Poachers? Kidnapped? It crossed my mind, but who would have thought it really happened? I'm hugely indebted to you. Our charming red-haired lady can't contain her delight as she holds a small, exhausted blue bird. So cute, she says, her eyes sparkling with affection. The bird seems to have had a rough day, but its cuteness makes everything better. Enter our black-haired hero, who looks at the bird with a mix of curiosity and concern. If I take this off, will it be able to fly well? He asks, pointing to the bird's bound leg. The lady replies with confidence, pardon? It should be able to. With gloved hands, he carefully removes the binding, confident that the bird's strong homing instinct will guide it home. Well, that's fine then, he concludes, satisfied with his handiwork. Chirp! The little bird flaps its wings energetically, finally free. It takes off into the sky, a blur of blue against the twilight. With a gentle smile, the black-haired hero calls out, "Go back to your dad, Bluey." His voice is firm yet caring, as if speaking to an old friend. He adds with a friendly chuckle, "Stop making him worry." Bluey chirps back, as if promising to be on its best behavior. The hero's smile widens, a moment of peace amidst the chaos. In the heart of a mystical forest, our main dude finds himself face-to-face with a curious little blue bird chirping away as if it had something to say. Cheep, cheep, it goes while the protagonist stands there, looking all puzzled. The bird, clearly not one for personal space, is now hovering right in front of his face. He can't help but wonder, what does this mean? But before he can figure it out, he gets a mental nudge from the universe, suggesting the bird might just want to lead him somewhere. Intriguing, right? Enter the girl with vibrant pink hair, holding a feather in her hand. She casually explains that once you pluck a feather from this dream bird, it acts like a compass, guiding you to its main body. Neat trick, huh? She adds a friendly invite, saying if he does manage to pluck one of those feathers, he should swing by the institution to visit her and someone named Marpez. Sounds like an adventure in the making. Before anyone can say feather plucking, the bird takes off at lightning speed, leaving a trail of feathers and a couple of stunned humans in its wake. It's extremely fast, the girl exclaims, her eyes wide with amazement. Back to our protagonist, still trying to wrap his head around what just happened. The girl, noticing something, asks him what he's holding, her curiosity piqued. And with that, the mystery deepens. In the heart of the forest, under a sky sprinkled with stars, our two adventurers stand in sheer bewilderment. One of them exclaims, "Huh?" while the other seems just as puzzled. What could have caught them off guard? As they continue, they stumble upon something mysterious on the ground. What's this? They wonder, curiosity piquing their interest. A few days later, the scene transitions to a busy marketplace, filled with the usual hustle and bustle. Horses and carts are lined up, ready for a day of trade and business. In the midst of this, traders are hard at work, unloading crates and preparing for the day's transactions. The air is filled with the sounds of commerce, setting the stage for what's to come. A sharp-eyed merchant spots a dazzling blue jewel, its value and craftsmanship evident at a glance. "Oh, the jewel's value and the craftsmanship," he murmurs, clearly impressed by the find. Meet Duden Carabel, the owner of the Carabel Mercantile. He is awestruck by the jewel and declares it's such an incredible object. "I will give you 20 gold coins for it." His offer reflects the jewel's undeniable allure. In a bustling marketplace, a merchant is thrilled with the valuable items a customer has brought, exclaiming it's his lucky day. The scene is set with a warm glow emanating from the goods, hinting at their worth. Switch to a young woman with bright red hair, her eyes sparkling with delight as she expresses her joy in assisting such a valuable customer. It's a moment of mutual appreciation, with smiles all around. Cut to a bald merchant, clearly fed up, ranting about how all the other merchants are scammers. But hey, he's finally met someone who gets it. Our red-haired character is there too, nodding in agreement. Now, we see a handshake between the honest merchant and our central character. The merchant's relieved face says it all. Finally, someone he can trust. The words happy subtly fill the background, capturing the mood perfectly. The merchant leans in, curious if there's anything else to appraise. The red-haired girl is intrigued, and there's a sense of anticipation as the question hangs in the air. A mysterious item makes its appearance. The merchant, holding a cosmic-looking orb, is not looking to sell, but just dying to know what it is. The curiosity is palpable, as everyone waits for the big reveal. Behold, our hero is staring intently at this strange, mystical egg, murmuring to himself about its unbelievable power. It's not just any egg. This one's glowing like a neon sign on a Vegas strip. As the tension builds, our hero is on high alert. He needs to protect this egg at all costs, but oh, there's trouble brewing. The enemy is coming in hot, ready to snatch the egg away. The hero stands firm, ready for action. Wham! Bam! The confrontation reaches its peak with a mighty clash. Our hero manages to fend off the attack, leaving the enemy with an expression that screams what just happened. In the bustling market, we've got an older guy with a magnificent mustache, holding up a mysterious purple object to a younger dude. Mustache Man seems convinced it's something rare and valuable. Meanwhile, the young guy with his brown hair and a slightly skeptical look is probably thinking this might be the find of the century, or just another weird market trinket. Mustache Man is deep in thought, examining the purple object closely. The lighting makes his green jacket pop as he ponders over the object's unique color and texture. It's clear he's trying to figure out if this is a hidden treasure or just a shiny rock. The young dude is in disbelief, his heart probably racing faster than a caffeinated squirrel. He's got that eureka face, thinking he might have stumbled upon something epic. Plot twist. The young guy's expression turns mischievous as he jokingly suggests the purple object might be horse poo. His eyes are lit up with a mix of humor and mischief, adding a comical twist to the scene. Mustache Man, slightly flustered, quickly denies the horse poo theory, laughing it off. The young guy, still amused, admits he has no clue what the object is, but insists it's definitely unusual. Back to the young guy, who's now holding the mysterious object with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. He suggests getting it appraised at a specialized place, clearly intrigued by the potential mystery surrounding it. Finally, our young hero decides he should get the object checked out, admitting he can't sell it just yet because his curiosity is piqued. A red-haired girl appears beside him, seemingly eager to join this little adventure, adding a splash of excitement to the day. Ah, the bustling marketplace. Our duo, a cool guy with a knack for fashion and a girl with fiery red hair, are on a mission. They're inquiring about books on Philion from a friendly bookseller. Philion? The Academy? Oh, you know it's serious business when academies get involved. The bookseller mentions his daughter is also diving into the Philion exam chaos. He assures them she'll be a great help, as he proudly stands tall like a papa bear. The spotlight is on Maria, the mysterious girl, with her golden locks and an air of mystery. Who is she really? All right, so here we are with a lovely mountain view and all that jazz. This woman, let's call her the blonde mystery for now, is talking to someone named Maria. She's like, Maria, say hello. They're important people who I've just done a big deal with. And Maria, bless her, is like, huh? Really? Classic. Now we zoom in on this red-haired girl who's all like these little babies, and someone else is throwing a bit of sass her way, saying, you rascal? What's with that language? Oh, the drama. The scene shifts, and we have an older gentleman apologizing for Red's colorful language. He explains I'm sorry because she grew up in the mercenary. She speaks quite roughly. Red's like, it's all right. I'm fine. Merchants, am I right? Red's back at it, talking about someone named Ronan. She's saying, but Ronan might now be... Huh? Before getting cut off. What could it be? The suspense is real, folks. Our focus shifts to Mr. Mysterious Blackhair, who's having a tete-a-tete with our blonde mystery. He's all serious, asking, are you really Maria? To which she responds, what? With a hint of who dis? Now things are heating up. Blonde mystery is giving Mr. Mysterious a side-eye, asking, the Maria that uses the middle name Sin? And he's like, yeah, but how do you know that? Secrets, secrets. Cue the dramatic spotlight on a mysterious figure with glowing eyes holding a sword. Who is this shadowy figure? Is he friend or foe? Only time will tell. Back to Mr. Mysterious and Blonde Mystery. He's crouched down, all serious business, saying, hey, I'll ask another question. Lend me your ear. Oh boy, more secrets coming up. In this cringe-worthy moment, our black-haired protagonist leans in close to the faceless blonde girl, looking all kinds of serious as he struggles to ask a very awkward question. His face says it all. Pure, unadulterated curiosity mixed with a splash of hesitation. He's basically the poster child for say it or forever hold your peace. As the tension rises, he finally pops the question, whispering the word a dick with the delicacy of a sledgehammer. The faceless girl's eyes widen in shock, giving us the ultimate what did you just say? Look, it's the kind of awkward interaction that makes you want to crawl under a rock, but you just can't look away. The blonde-haired character is visibly perplexed, uttering what bullshit did I just listen to? As they try to comprehend the sheer absurdity of the situation unfolding. The scene quickly shifts to a comedic moment with a chili pepper mascot making an unexpected appearance, responding to someone's exclamation of a dick. With a cheeky you called? Our protagonist, looking both curious and befuddled, scratches his chin and remarks, no matter how I look at you, it doesn't seem like you have one, leaving the blonde character in a state of blushing embarrassment. Before the protagonist can process the awkwardness, he is interrupted by a shout from the blonde character. Shut up, you crazy bastard, adding a fiery end to this hilarious misunderstanding. Our main dude is caught off guard, eyes wide with surprise as a blonde-haired character appears out of nowhere, grabbing him by the shoulder. It's like when you're deep into a nap and someone suddenly nudges you awake. The shock is real. The words hang in the air, emphasizing the unexpected intrusion. The blonde dude has an intense look, almost as if he's saying, bro, we need to talk. In the next panel, the scene shifts to a full view of the blonde character, confidently holding our surprised hero. It's like he's saying, remember me? The whispers around hint that this guy is Count Mian's son, someone not to be messed with. He stands tall, exuding an aura of authority. Our hero is clearly caught in a moment of realization, his expression turning from shock to recognition. It's about to get real. Welcome to the world of Academy's genius Swordmaster, an epic tale crafted by the mind of C.O. Kwandu, with stunning visuals by artist Shirchi. This is where legends are born. We meet our first character, a silver-haired dude standing confidently amidst the backdrop of this majestic academy. He's got that main character vibe going on, and the text teases us with Mana Jin, hinting at some serious magical prowess. Maria, the star of the scene, is shown as an impressive person. She's got this great work ethic, and her easygoing nature means she can vibe with anyone. You know, the kind of person who'd be the life of the party without even trying. When the chat among the guys takes a cheeky turn towards dicks, Maria flips a switch. Her usual chill demeanor takes a back seat, and she's not having it. Fists clenched, she's ready to lay down the law. And then bam! Maria's got this unique way of dealing with stuff that annoys her. She doesn't just talk it out. She's got an unusual habit of slapping people. You'd think she'd win a slapping contest with that technique. I wanted to ask what the reason was when I met Maria again, but an opportunity never came, since Maria died before I did. Not to mention the fact that she was the one who created me. Come, Maria, you... So, there's this girl with long blonde hair and a school uniform, throwing shade at a dude. She's like, "We're a girl?" And goes on about some previous laughing incident that clearly didn't sit well with her. You can feel the sass coming off her in waves. Next, she's all up in his face, fists clenched, and ready to serve him another dose of whatever happened before. She's not backing down, and the dude better brace himself. Then we see the guy, dark hair all spiked up in stress, trying to keep a lid on things. He's yelling, "Stop, you brat," while she's hollering back, probably not giving up without a fight. Finally, the girl is holding her head, clearly feeling the aftermath of their little tussle. The guy's throwing some attitude back like, "You're acting up because I let you slap me once." It's a classic case of playful bickering, with neither willing to give ground. A selection of weapons is laid out, including 3 swords and a magic wand. Our dude is checking out one of the swords, probably planning his next epic quest. The blonde-haired girl questions the practicality of carrying 3 swords, to which the guy casually responds that he likes to use swords a bit roughly. Safety first, right? He then evaluates the swords, admitting they're not bad, but he's clearly got a thing for the black iron sword, claiming it's the best of the bunch. Blondie explains that black iron is quite sturdy, making it a sought-after item among renowned knights. She's definitely the sword expert here. Our scene opens with a young man, rocking that classic spiky black hair look, being handed a black iron sword. The seller, with a tone of seasoned assurance, tells him, "I don't know how rough you treat your sword, but this probably won't break." Seems like this guy has a reputation for being a bit of a sword abuser. Huh. The scene shifts to a mysterious woman who's got that whole long blonde hair and sharp-dressed vibe going on. She places a wand on the table, mentioning its embedded magic stone. She seems to be leaving it behind, suggesting it's something valuable or powerful. Now, we meet a third character, a woman with flowing red locks, who is being addressed by the blonde woman. She's being called a cutie and a rare mage, which makes her blush and confirm her identity. This rare mage, clearly not used to the spotlight. The red-haired mage is asked about her magic type, to which she shyly replies, Telekinesis magic. She seems a bit nervous. Maybe she's not used to talking about her powers in public. The scene opens with our hero sitting at a table, looking a bit uncertain, while 2 friends have his back. The pink-haired girl jokes about scholarships, making him stammer with a nervous laugh. The blonde girl, with a no-nonsense look, gets straight to the point, asking him what technique he plans to showcase in the practical exam. He's clearly caught off guard, repeating the word technique like it's the first time he's heard it. The scene shifts to a dramatic setting, towering pillars with a mysterious figure standing before them. Our main guy learns he has to impress some serious-looking professors with his skills to enter Philion. The blonde girl, with a blurred face this time, lays down some real talk. The theory exam is tough, but the practical exam is the real deal. Nail it, and you're golden. Inside a simple room, the conversation kicks off with a question about what people usually demonstrate. The answer? Nobles love flaunting their family's secret techniques. As the chat goes on, it's revealed that martial artists and applicants show off their mana fighting skills. Our dark-haired friend is taken aback, like, "Wait, mana?" The green-eyed lady drops a knowledge bomb, saying even kids who swing swords can use mana, even if they aren't mages. Mind blown, right? Our hero, with his mess of black hair and those bewildered eyes, is being schooled on the basics, but his face screams, "I'm lost in the sauce." He's trying to keep it cool, but he's clearly not understanding what's being thrown his way. Next, we've got our girl with her long blonde hair, pointing a finger at him like she's about to drop some serious knowledge. Her expression is all like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Meanwhile, our guy's got that classic, look plastered on his face, arms crossed as if it's going to help him absorb the info. The girl, now with her face covered, seems to be channeling some intense energy, implying that using aura should be a no-brainer, but our guy isn't vibing with that energy. Zooming out, the girl seems exasperated, sitting across from him at a table, thinking to herself, "Oh my gosh, this dude wants to get into Filson, and he's this clueless?" She's probably wondering if he can even find his way out of a paper bag. Our boy here is lounging around, looking all casual and slightly annoyed. He's in this deep convo, and it's like he's hearing someone compare apples to oranges, or in this case, something about Akira and mana. He's thinking, how can you even say that? You can almost see the eye roll. The vibe shifts quick. Suddenly, this other dude is like, "Nah, man, come outside right now." Our guy's like, "Well, huh?" All of a sudden, it's like your friend dragging you out to a surprise party when you're in your PJs. Then comes a plot twist. The same guy's grabbing some short swords and casually asks, "Mind if I borrow these?" Left mine at the blacksmith. And our main dude is probably thinking, "Wait, what?" Because who just casually borrows swords like it's a cup of sugar? The scene opens with a spunky blonde-haired girl, exuding confidence as she faces off with a laid-back young man. She's holding her swords, ready for whatever's next, as she assures him that her task will be done before any mishaps with his swords occur. He's taken aback, questioning her confidence. In response, our relaxed protagonist, now seated, casually offers a deal. If her swords do get damaged, he'll pay her back double. No, make that threefold. With a sigh and a hint of sarcasm, he wraps up with a simple gosh. Our scene unfolds with a mysterious woman with long, flowing golden hair, offering special training to someone. Her eyes hold a promise of knowledge and skills yet to be discovered under the night sky. The scene shifts dramatically into a mystical realm of swirling clouds, creating an ambience of mystery and anticipation. We then see a figure meditating in a surreal landscape. Ethereal energies spiral around them, pouring ancient wisdom and power into their meditative state, as if the universe itself is whispering secrets. In a swirl of cosmic energy, a mysterious figure embraces the power swirling around them, their silhouette glowing with newfound strength. It's like a superhero origin story, minus the tights and cape, but with a whole lot of pizzazz. After a serious power-up session, the scene shifts to a grand academy, Philion, where a bunch of hopefuls are gathered, looking like they're about to embark on the academic ride of their lives. The place screams fancy magic school vibes with its towering spires and eager newcomers. Under the glowing full moon, the scene opens with a mysterious question hanging in the air. Do you get it now? It's as if the moon itself is waiting for an answer. Amidst the rustling leaves, a rather pointed conversation continues. Apparently, someone is being schooled on their lack of knowledge about mana and aura. And with a sarcastic twist, the speaker throws in a jab about wanting to go to Philion. The scene shifts to a blonde warrior standing firm, sword in hand, clearly not buying any of it. It doesn't make sense at all, they declare, clearly unimpressed by the previous remarks. The night is thick with tension and bewilderment. Our mysterious protagonist stands with a sword slung over his shoulder, pondering out loud. It's that different? His outfit is a simple, rugged attire with a crisscross lace-up shirt, and his hair is a messy black mop, the kind that suggests he's been through some action recently. The atmosphere suddenly shifts as this same character is engulfed in a luminous blue aura. The text bubbles reveal a conversation about aura, a powerful energy that seems to be a game changer. He's in the zone, channeling this intense energy, looking like he's about to unleash some serious power. The scene cuts to a clearing where our protagonist faces off against a blonde warrior woman. She's asking, "So, do you understand a little?" While he responds with a hesitant, "Well, just..." It's clear she's mentoring him, pushing him to grasp the intricacies of this aura business. I met them on the battlefield from time to time. They bragged about being aura users and used an unusual power. They were definitely annoying, but I wanted to find out what makes them tick. In a world where the shadows loom large over a battlefield, a mysterious voice echoes with the harsh truth, although you still die when you get sliced. It's a reality check that slices through the tension like a hot knife through butter. Cut to our main dude, a young man with sharp orange eyes and jet black hair, who's clearly done with the chit-chat. All right, let's leave explanations here. Shall we get started? He says, with a look that means business. Switching gears, we see a fierce warrior with flowing blonde hair. With a sword in hand, she turns her back, suggesting with a smirk, I think you'll learn faster, using your body instead of your head. Looks like someone's about to get a hands-on lesson in the art of battle. In the dead of night, under a sky painted with stars, a shadowy figure stands confidently on a rooftop. He's got the kind of presence that screams him in charge here, as he looks down with a sly expression. Meanwhile, below him, chaos ensues. A whirlwind of energy erupts, sweeping everything in its path, and a young boy finds himself in the eye of the storm. His eyes widen in surprise, caught off guard by the sudden turn of events. The scene shifts to a close-up of the boy, his face filled with shock as he tries to process the madness around him. The energy crackles around him, a cacophony of power, as he lets out a gasp. Whatever's happening, it's clearly not part of his daily schedule, and he's not quite sure how to handle it. The tension is thick, and you can almost hear his heartbeat over the chaos. Two warriors are in the heat of battle, their powers colliding with a burst of energy that lights up the scene. The dark-haired fighter, with intense orange eyes, seems caught off guard by the clash, as if he didn't expect such a fierce encounter. The blonde warrior, exuding confidence with those striking green eyes, comments on the spectacle. He's clearly thrilled by the intensity of their duel, appreciating the challenge with a hint of admiration. In the midst of a fierce showdown, our mysterious hero, with a sharp gaze and a determined shout, clashes swords with a formidable opponent. The tension is palpable as they exchange blows, each more powerful than the last. Observing the battle, the dark-haired swordsman is taken aback by his opponent's incredible power, especially given her youth. Dual swords in hand, she's proving to be a real force to reckon with. Meanwhile, the blonde warrior, with her intense green eyes and a serious expression, tries to make sense of the battle unfolding before her. She questions whether this is the mana combat technique she had been told about. Her eyes narrow with curiosity and a hint of disbelief as she wonders about the true identity of her opponent. What kind of man is capable of such skill? Both warriors, now in a flurry of motion, engage in a high-octane duel. The air crackles with energy as they both resolve to push their limits, each one eager to test the other's strength. Ever felt like the universe is just having a laugh at your expense? Our hero sure does as he stands in a spotlight, surrounded by shadowy figures laughing at him. He's all geared up for a showdown, but instead of feeling like the king of the ring, he's wondering why he's the one getting pushed back. Meet our dark-haired protagonist, caught off guard and feeling the pressure in this sword fight. He's thinking, wait, why am I the one on the defensive? Despite his skill, he's struggling against an invisible force, doubting himself and his abilities. Enter the fierce blonde warrior, eyes blazing with determination. She's not having any of his hesitation. What are you doing, dude? She yells, her sword swinging with enough force to make anyone reconsider their life choices. The intensity of her attack lights up the scene. The clash reaches its peak as both warriors leap into action, swords clashing in a dazzling display of skill and intensity. It's a dance of blades, each trying to outmaneuver the other in this epic showdown. The tension is palpable, and the stakes have never been higher. In the dimly lit arena, our protagonist, who's got those intense, glowing red eyes, is in the middle of a fierce sword swing, looking like he's ready to chop onions or maybe his opponent. Meanwhile, our blonde-haired lady is having a what moment. Her face screams surprise, and she's clearly not here for this unexpected action scene. As the swords clash, there's this epic energy burst, and the blonde girl is on it like a pro, deflecting the attack with a skillful swing, all while making it look like a dance move. With a sigh of relief, she lets out, "Whoa, that almost could have been a huge problem," while holding her sword like it's a lifeline. A figure with a blurred face stands in the forest, telling a blonde woman, "You weren't just a normal kid, were you?" She retorts, "Same goes to you." The mysterious young man continues, "Outside of mana, you're talented in using blades." He notes her potential, but points out her clumsiness and balance. "You're going to improve a lot if you just fix that," he advises as he turns to walk away. The woman, puzzled, asks, "Huh? What the? Where are you going now?" The blonde woman, sword in hand, declares, "You're not thinking that you've won with this, are you?" The young man, unfazed, replies, "Don't care, just keep the words you've spit." He grips his sword, reminding her, "Didn't you say it yourself?" With a swift motion, the young man shatters her blade, repeating 3 times. Her eyes widen in disbelief, shards of her weapon reflecting in her green eyes. "Huh," she gasps. "No, but when did this?" Have the sword cost ready. Our boy with the midnight mane is clearly caught off guard. Something's brewing, and he's all about that sword life. The blonde lass is having a moment, clutching her mysterious item like it's the last donut in the box. What's got her so flustered? Well done. Enter the red-haired girl with the blurred face, dishing out compliments like candy. She's got that "I know what's up" vibe. "Oh, okay." The red-haired girl, with a move straight out of a rom-com, gives the blonde a reassuring tap. It's all good vibes and secret plans. The hell is that sly at all? Meanwhile, our black-haired guy and the red-haired girl are playing spectators, trying to decipher the blonde's antics. Cue the mystery and the laughs. "I was just here to pick up the sword cost," says a guy in a bustling market scene where some folks are chilling, a horse is minding its own business, and life seems pretty laid back. "What is this?" our curious protagonist blurts out, joined by 2 female friends, one with striking red hair and another with long blonde locks, as they peer at something unexpected with wide eyes. "Books?" "Yup, a barrel full of them. Writing problem books and summarized notes. A treasure trove of knowledge neatly stacked, ready to be discovered. Don't you need it? We've only got 1 month until the test," our blonde friend points out, trying to emphasize the urgency, while the redhead looks like she's about to explode from excitement. "If you're trying to rip me off, it's nothing like that. Don't worry. I've just come to like you guys." The blonde assures with a smile, a moment of camaraderie sealing their friendship. "This is just a service wishing us all to get accepted together, and obviously free. Well, if that's the case, I would like to teach you myself if I could, but we have to move immediately because of a trade. So come after studying hard as hell on your own, because if you don't pass after I help you out this much, I won't let you off scot-free. Got it? Focus on yourself, man. Then on the test day, see you at the Imperial Capital. The sun is shining, and our duo is out and about. We got a girl rocking some vibrant red hair and a dude with black locks. They seem ready for some adventure, or maybe just a stroll." The girl enthusiastically waves her hand, possibly greeting someone, or just celebrating the day. This pair looks like they're about to dive into something interesting. Our black-haired friend is lost in thought, giving us the classic look. You know the one, when you're trying to solve the mysteries of the universe or just figuring out what to have for dinner. His golden eyes are intense, adding a layer of mystery to whatever he's mulling over. As the day unfolds, we see the pair walking through a lush landscape. The guy is still in his head, with thoughts like, "What is this place?" suggesting they're in unfamiliar territory. Wherever they are, it's green and vibrant, a perfect backdrop for any story. Next, we find them in front of a charming house. It's the kind of place you'd expect to find in a fairy tale, a cozy, rustic vibe. The text hints that while the day seems normal, there's something slightly different about it. Maybe it's the house itself, or perhaps something more abstract. Finally, they're inside sharing a meal. Our mysterious guy is joined by a girl named Yahello, who has striking silver hair. She's sitting across the table, and the atmosphere seems cozy yet significant. It feels like one of those moments where important discussions could be happening over the clinking of utensils and the warmth of shared food. Meet our protagonist, who's got the appetite of a competitive eater, shoveling down food with gusto while his brother watches, feeling all warm and fuzzy. Every meal is a step towards bursting his belly, but it's all part of the plan. Armed with the calories from his epic feasts, he's out there flexing his skills on the village outskirts, tackling monsters to level up his stamina and adaptability. It's like a workout plan on steroids. After a hard day's work of monster bashing, he takes a moment to catch his breath, wiping off the sweat and contemplating his next move. He's not just a fighter, he's got brains too. Standing amidst the aftermath of a monster massacre, he considers wrapping up for the day. His efforts have paid off as the monsters around the village are now just a memory. In a surprising twist, our warrior is now hitting the books, doing things he never imagined in his life as a soldier. With the sunlight streaming in, he's questioning the necessity of memorizing things like manners. A true warrior scholar in the making. Despite not knowing what the future holds, he closes his books, reflecting on his hard work. He's given it his all, and that's something to be proud of. The setting of the story had finally reached the grand imperial capital, Balan. This place is no joke, with its towering structures and regal architecture. You can almost feel the history and power emanating from its very stones. In the heart of this magnificent city stands the mini-city of the White Tower, the top-notch educational institution in the empire. It's like the Harvard of this world, and it's right here smack dab in the center. Suddenly, a character with a blurred face and pink hair pops up, clearly blown away by the scene. They're like, well, this is... And you can feel their excitement and awe just radiating off the page. Then, out of nowhere, the name Philion is dropped like a bombshell. What's Philion? Who's Philion? The mystery deepens as we zoom out to an expansive view of the... It was said that Philion is a work of art by itself. Assel thinks to herself, clearly in awe of the grand architecture standing before her. She's lost in thought, completely mesmerized by the sight. But hold up, she's got that dreamy look in her eyes again. Assel's trance is broken by a voice. It's Roma, looking none too impressed. What are you doing in the middle of the road, Assel? He asks, peering down at her with a mix of amusement and exasperation. Roma continues, stop showing off you're a country bumpkin and go inside. You're going to be late for the test at that rate. Ouch. Roma's got that direct approach, but he means well. Assel sheepishly apologizes with a sorry row as she gets interrupted. Before she can finish, Assel is left confused. Nan? What's up with that reaction? She's wondering what just happened, clearly caught off guard by Roma's bluntness. Assel tries to brush it off, saying, it was just strange. In just a month. She's trying to explain herself, but Roma's already moving on, leaving her to catch up. Roma, with a hint of a smirk, says, you seem to have gotten dumber, Roma. Wait, whoa. Is that some self-reflection, or is he talking about Assel? Either way, he's teasing her again. With a light bop on the head, Roma tells Assel, stop talking about useless things and start walking. Assel yelps in mock pain, ow dash, proving once again that their friendship is built on playful jabs and a whole lot of heart. Ronan and our mystery red-haired girl stroll through what looks like a pretty standard corridor. But wait, she's got something on her mind. She's wondering if that man will be around since Philion is in the mix. Intrigue much? Bam! Enter the mysterious sword Saint Shulipin, a dude who's got a rep as the strongest swordsman of the Dark Forces. He's got a look that screams, I'm too cool for this scene, with a sword glowing like it's ready to spill some epic drama. Back to our red-haired thinker. She muses about maybe meeting someone her age in this test that's coming up. But then she kind of shrugs it off, like meh, whatever. Still, there's a flicker of anticipation in the air. Ronan gets a close-up, and he's got that deep in thought face on. He's mulling over something, probably not his shopping list, but it doesn't seem all that crucial to him. Or does it? Oh, sudden topic change. The girl hits Ronan with a surprise question about that. And Ronan, looking a bit clueless, shoots back with a classic, huh? Yeah, Ronan, what exactly is that? Mystery solved, kind of? The girl clarifies she's talking about this feather Ronan plucked from a dream bird. Apparently, this feather is like a compass, meant to point to its owner. Ronan's all, Ah, that's what you meant. Ah, feathers and their mystical roles, right? Since you mean that, I've already had it before we headed out. I remembered that old dude was living in the Imperial capital, so I was planning on seeking him out after the Tez. The top floor over there? Silence fills the air as the sun shines through a grand window, adding a touch of mystery to the scene. This job's not easy as well. I just can't get used to working as a professor. Should I just return to being an adventurer as... Chirp, chirp, huh? Are you cheering me on to try my best, Marpez? Chirp. Meet Warren Finks, a fellow with a lion-like face and a heart full of gratitude. He's pondering how to repay his savior, feeling it's the least he can do. As Warren steps inside, he debates whether to crack open a window, considering it might be a bit awkward if his savior pops in out of the blue. Things take a spooky turn as a mysterious character with glowing eyes and a sinister grin notices the open window, deciding to make an entrance without knocking. Boom! It's the same eerie figure Warren met before. He can't help but blurt out, recognizing the Beastman idiot in the flesh. In a tranquil kingdom under a brilliant blue sky, peace is abruptly disrupted as a monstrous roar cuts through the air, sending shivers down the spines of all within earshot. The sound reverberates ominously from the direction of a grand castle, hinting at an impending upheaval that promises to shake this serene world to its core. The scene opens with a loud roar echoing across the kingdom, as we zoom into a majestic castle bathed in sunlight. It's as if the heavens have something epic in store for us. In the heart of this castle, we meet a character with a lion-like face, totally caught off guard. Who are you? They stammer, clearly not expecting company. Someone's just gate-crashed this royal party. Meanwhile, on one of the top floors, a cool dude and a girl with eye-catching red hair are having a chat. They're clearly up to something important. The lion-faced character, clutching a strange object, nervously asks if the intruder is after something precious. There's definitely more to this unexpected visit than meets the eye. A feather, shimmering with an otherworldly aura, is revealed. It's enough to make anyone do a double take. Just what does it signify? The lion-faced character's eyes widen in shock. Whatever that feather means, it's got their full attention. Back with our rooftop duo, the girl and her partner are called the heroes. Oh boy, things are about to get legendary. Gosh, someone's feeling a bit embarrassed about their behavior in front of the heroes. The morning light streaming through the windows sets the scene for what seems to be a moment of self-reflection. In the cozy room, we got a trio chilling on some fancy couches. Our embarrassed friend is told to just forget about it. But they keep bringing it up. One of them is like, seriously, it's fine. Why keep stressing? Things are getting juicy as one character spills the tea about someone climbing through a window. This mystery dude is apparently into telekinesis and some star-related business. But wait, red-haired girl is all confused, huh? Him? Before she can say more, her cheeks get squished by a big OL hand. She's like MMFP, and the command to quiet is laid down, adding a dash of comedy to the mix. Looking from above, the conversation takes a turn. Turns out the Whirlion, a rare type, owns this special bird. It's not what was imagined at all, and the mystery deepens. Our lion-like friend, who's a professor at Phil Leon, is just as surprised as the rest. Having these heroes with telekinesis up in the mix wasn't something he expected either. Plot twist, anyone? What a shame. Our lion-like buddy here is all flustered, wishing he'd prepared a recommendation for some mysterious occasion. His fluffy mane is almost overshadowing his regret. Our scene shifts to a cozy room where a young dude with dark hair and a girl with eye-catching red hair are chilling. The guy's throwing some motivational vibes, hoping they don't faceplant in whatever mission they're on. But the clock's ticking, and they've got no time to waste. Just when things couldn't get weirder, Bluey, the bird, drops a little surprise. Our lion friend is scratching his head, puzzled about Marpez's unexpected delivery. Hold up, what's this shiny purple gem? Nah, it's not a gem, it's a dream bird egg. Our character's jaws are hitting the floor faster than you can say plot twist. The lion's still trying to wrap his head around the fact that Marpez laid this egg. Is it really that wild for a bird to lay an egg? Apparently, yes. Zoom in on those intense eyes behind the glasses. It's not just any bird, it's a dream bird, and the gravity of this revelation is sinking in. The lion's clutching the egg like it's the last cookie in the jar, admitting he's clueless about what's going to hatch from it. The suspense is real, folks. Meet our lion-like dude, rocking a majestic mane and a robe that screams royalty. He's having a chat with his little blue bird buddy about a peculiar glowing egg. He's all like, if it's a bird egg, shouldn't a bird hatch from it? But hold up, he throws in a curveball. A dream bird is different. Next up, we get a visual treat of a fiery phoenix bursting out of a cosmic egg, illuminating the scene with a magical vibe. It's like this egg's got some serious mythical mojo. And hey, race the kicker. Sometimes this egg won't even hatch into a bird. Curveball alert. Back with our lion buddy. He's contemplating what the egg's future holds, admitting it's tricky to predict what kind of dream bird will pop out. It's like trying to guess what's inside a mystery box. The egg's got a whole storm of mana swirling inside it, like molten metal in a blender. Talk about a mystical smoothie. Enter our mystery character with a blurred face, chilling in a room stacked with books. They're pondering the enigma of the egg, admitting it's hard to pin down exactly what this egg is. They're like, oops, you're putting so much meaning into a mere egg, feeling the stress vibes. A blue bird, looking all innocent yet cheeky, gets a bit of a playful scolding from a lion-like character. You rascal, just where were you wandering around to lay an egg like this? He jokes. The bird chirps in response, totally unfazed. Our black-haired buddy, looking quite perplexed, chimes in. I've never seen such a shameless bird, he says, clearly amused. Meanwhile, the lion character holds the precious egg, contemplating what to do next. With a slightly blurred face, but a clear intention, our main guy asks, would you mind looking after this egg? His friend, a bit hesitant, responds, pardon? Well, I don't mind. The lion character, now with a clear face, reassures him, of course it is. A dream bird only lays one egg in its lifetime. This egg is like a golden ticket. Reflecting on the special occasion, he adds, but the fact that it laid its egg in front of its heroes, I think Marpez felt something special. This bird knows how to pick its moments. The lion character gently strokes the bird, showing respect for his longtime feathery friend. The bird chirps happily, enjoying the affection. Our black-haired protagonist concludes with a smirk, so we'll leave it to you. He's all in, curious to see what this mysterious egg will bring into their lives. Alright, so it's almost time to bounce, and our crew has wrapped up their mission here. But wait, hold up. The bearded dude wants them to stay a minute longer. He's been racking his brain about what to give them, and boom, a light bulb moment. He's got just the perfect thing. The gift? A little something to help with hatching the egg. That's some thoughtful swag right there. Switching up the scene, we see this magnificent castle under the bright blue sky. What's this? The curiosity is real. Getting a closer look, the architecture is breathtaking. The castle is absolutely grand. This is it, folks. The practical testing hall at Galleon Castle, the main spot where it all goes down. Inside, it's a full house. The room is buzzing with martial arts hopefuls, each one probably feeling those pre-test jitters. The exam for applicant number 111 is officially over, and the air is thick with anticipation. We're in a grand room with a couple of people sitting, hands clasped in prayer or deep thought. The vibe is all serious business as everyone waits for the next move. The announcer, looking sharp, calls out for applicant 112 to step up. And there he is, a white-haired dude, standing up with a nervous sigh. Yes, as he steps forward, ready to take on whatever challenges lie ahead. Applicant 112 stands at the grand entrance, bathed in a golden glow. The doors creak open, revealing a mysterious and perhaps daunting path ahead. It's like he's about to walk into a whole new world. Our applicant, now just a silhouette against the light, mutters to himself, 112? Huh. As if he's mentally gearing up for what's to come. The tension is real, folks. A new character lounges casually, sword by his side, observing the scene with a laid-back demeanor. He's got that seen-it-all look, like he's just waiting for the next big thing to happen. With an air of nonchalance, he turns to his companion, Maria, and says, Don't you think so too, Maria? That's with all exams. His tone suggests he's more interested in chatting than stressing over the exam. Maria, with her blonde hair and confident smile, responds with a cheeky grin. She explains her attire choice, saying I paid extra attention to it. Apparently, they're in a fancy place called Pavilion where all the nobles gather. She's rocking the formal look and owning it. Our blonde-haired heroine, looking sharp and confident, discusses the importance of looking good for future customers with her dark-haired buddy, who seems to think she's putting in a lot of effort. It's all about those first impressions, right? Oh, what a bummer. The duo laments the absence of their cutie as they sit on a bench, realizing that the magic testing hall is somewhere else. Nothing they can do about it. Just gotta roll with the punches. Enter a blurred-faced character, clutching a paper. He's relieved the exam for applicant number 112 is over, hoping his pal isn't shedding tears alone. Oh, the suspense of exams. Our dark-haired hero stands up, announcing that it's his turn. The blonde girl gives him a pep talk, reminding him to stay chill and do his best, just like she advised. Go get him, champ. With a smirk, she warns him that failure isn't an option, and he acknowledges her heartfelt support before heading off. Ain't no pressure like a friend's pressure, right? Our guy pauses at the door, delivering an iconic "he'll be back." It's like he's channeling his inner action hero, ready to conquer whatever comes next. Majestic banners hang high in the hall, their symbols hinting at the significance of the place. It's the calm before the storm, folks. A footstep echoes on the floor, marking the beginning of something big. You can almost feel the weight of the moment as the journey truly begins. Our story kicks off with a close-up of an intense pair of golden eyes, belonging to an enigmatic character who seems to be plotting something grand, or maybe just had too much caffeine. As we zoom out, we find ourselves in a grand hall filled with an audience. And at the center of it all, the voice booms, announcing the Palhian professors. Our mysterious golden-eyed character stands among them, probably thinking of all the homework he can dodge. We get another glimpse of those striking eyes, this time filled with determination, or maybe just trying to spot who forgot to mute their phone. The scene shifts to a panel of esteemed professors, each looking like they've got their own fan club. The spotlight shines on a wise, bearded elder who seems like he's about to drop some serious wisdom, or perhaps just a dad joke. Among these intellectual giants stands a woman whose presence could make a lion purr. She's the Grand Sword Saint Narmork, an instructor with skills so sharp, even her compliments cut deep. Her aura is so overwhelming, even the air around her probably pays rent. Imronin, he declares, cool as a cucumber, to Krava Kratir, the headmaster of Filians. Krava responds with a polite, nice to meet you, Ronin. You can almost feel the tension in the room, like the air before a storm. Now we're outside, and Ronin is facing down a magically enhanced dummy. The dude's acting like it's no big deal, saying yes, well, it's nothing special. But come on, we all know he's about to show off some serious skills. Ronin's got this intense focus going on as he preps for his demonstration. His eyes are set on the prize, and the glint of determination is unmistakable. He's rocking a laced-up shirt and gloves, looking every bit the part of a skilled warrior. Meanwhile, a couple of blurred figures are observing. One of them remarks, I think that's enough for a dummy. But there's a hint of doubt in the air. You can almost see them raising an eyebrow, wondering what Ronin's really got. There's some chuckling among the onlookers as one of them jests. Well, there's always one. The one who judges only the appearance of the magically enhanced dummy and sets such rough things. They seem amused, but also a bit intrigued by Ronin's potential. Now we get a close-up of the dummy, standing tall and ominous. It's more than just a regular dummy. It's a product of Filian's magical engineering. And you can bet Ronin's about to give it a run for its money. Then we get a glimpse of this mysterious silver-haired character from behind. Their presence is almost foreboding, as if they're planning something big or just lost in thought. A lone figure stands, poised for action. With a swift motion, a blade slices through the air, leaving a trail of awe in its wake. The blade's path is true, striking downwards with precision and leaving a lasting impression. A glimpse of white hair appears, hinting at a mysterious presence observing the scene. A close-up reveals the observer's white hair cascading down their shoulders, adding to the air of intrigue. Our protagonist, a young man with messy black hair, stands in a training hall, his eyes sharp and focused as he grips a sword. He finishes his demonstration with a confident declaration, "That's all," while the judges watch from their seats. The judges, one with a disheveled look, comment on the simplicity of the display, finding it difficult to grade. Under the shadowy lighting, a mysterious figure with a snowy white beard is faced with an inquisitive blonde-haired individual who respectfully addresses him as master. The air is thick with questions as the younger one prompts, "Don't you think so, head master?" Leaving us on the edge of our seats, wondering what deep secrets or plans are brewing between these two. The focus shifts to the bearded man, his eyes hidden but his intent clear. His face, partially visible, seems to hold a world of wisdom and perhaps a sprinkle of mischief. The tension in the air is almost palpable, leaving us hanging onto his every unspoken word. As the scene unfolds, the atmosphere intensifies with a sudden burst of energy. The word master echoes loudly, accompanied by a surprising display of power or emotion that shakes the very core of the room. The dynamics between the characters hint at a possible conflict or revelation that's about to unravel. There's a sudden shift as another character with dark hair enters the scene, contributing to the chaos. The tension escalates, leaving us wondering how this new player fits into the unfolding drama and what their next move will be in this enigmatic narrative. Our mysterious protagonist, sporting deep brown tousled hair and piercing orange eyes, is caught off guard. Clearly startled, they exclaim, "You scared me." With their curiosity piqued, they demand, "Who are you?" adding layers of tension to this unexpected encounter. The air thickens with intrigue as our protagonist's attention sharpens, noticing something familiar about the stranger. That swordsmanship, they comment, their mind racing with possibilities. "Where did you learn that from?" they inquire, signaling that this meeting is more than just a chance encounter. The scene opens with a dynamic clash, as a fierce white-haired warrior, dressed in a sleek outfit, charges at a young man who appears caught off guard. The impact is intense, setting the stage for a thrilling encounter. Amidst the dust settling from the confrontation, the young man, eyes wide and with a hint of fear, confesses that the sudden attack scared him. He demands to know who this fierce figure is, trying to piece together the mystery before him. The white-haired warrior, with sharp green eyes and an air of confidence, leans in and questions the young man about his techniques. The intensity in their eyes suggests a deeper connection to the skills they both possess. The title Academy's Genius Swordmaster is splashed across the scene, hinting at the epic journey and the battles of wits and swords that lie ahead in this story of mastery and discovery. In a strategic dance around each other, the young man retorts with confusion about the warrior's inquiry, asking for clarification and suggesting a change in the line of questioning as they start to unravel each other's mysteries. The scene shifts to a more relaxed setting as the young man, now composed, acknowledges the white-haired warrior's movements, admitting they are quite impressive. It's a moment of mutual respect as swordsmen recognize the skill in one another. In the midst of an intense showdown, a fierce figure with wild white hair and vibrant red markings is seen swirling green energy around them like they're about to drop some epic magical beats. Their opponent seems to be struggling, possibly overwhelmed by the display of raw power. And then we zoom in on a young guy with jet black hair and piercing yellow eyes, gripping a sword. The intensity in his eyes is palpable, and he looks like he just figured out the plot twist of the century. Behind him, the fierce red-marked figure is watching closely, their expression unreadable but certainly interested. In the heat of the moment, our mysterious hero, with his dark hair and intense vibe, is cornered. He's faced with a daunting question, "Are you ready to surrender?" But instead of giving in, he defiantly replies, "Like hell I would." Clearly, this guy isn't one to back down without a fight. Next thing you know, he's free-falling through a dark, chaotic space. The kind of drop that would make even the bravest soul's heart skip a beat. And what does our hero say? This isn't over yet. Talk about keeping cool under pressure. Meanwhile, in a dimly lit room, a mysterious figure with a blurred face sits in a throne-like chair, oozing arrogance. His words cut through the air. Wow, arrogant. Have you forgotten where you are? It's a power play, pure and simple. Cut to the guilty theory professors, one looking like he just woke up on the wrong side of a mystery novel, complete with a long, wizard-like beard. He's visibly confused, scratching his head. What were we supposed to see? He mutters. Clearly, these guys are not on the same page. And back to our hero, who's now having a bit of an oh-snap moment, as he realizes there might be a misunderstanding. His bright, orange eyes widen, and you can almost hear the gears turning in his head. Whatever's happening, it's big, and he's right in the middle of it. I only adjusted my strength because I thought my sword wouldn't be able to withstand the last cut. The tension is rising, and the stakes are higher than ever. An enigmatic figure with striking white hair stands confidently, sword in hand, unfazed by the challenge at hand. They're ready to unleash their true power, determined to face whatever comes next. A swift and precise sword movement slices through the air, narrowly missing its target. The sound of the blade whistling by is almost deafening as it scrapes past the neck. The opponent, standing firm, seems unimpressed by the near miss. With a hint of sarcasm, they mutter, "Ha, is that all?" Clearly expecting more from their adversary. Determination burns in the eyes of the white-haired figure, who promises, "I will definitely teach you myself." A challenge has been issued, and it's personal now. Two blurred figures, possibly mentors or spectators, sit observing the intense confrontation. One echoes the promise made, perhaps pondering the implications. The elder figure, with wisdom etched into their features, contemplates the situation. It sounds like they called dibs on this fight as her debut, hinting at the importance of the encounter. Gosh, it seems like I need to pay attention. Our scene opens with a wise elder congratulating Ronin on a job well done. Ronin, standing tall with his dark hair and sharp eyes, seems a bit surprised by the compliment as he faces a panel of judges in a grand hall. Then, the elder throws a curveball, announcing the test will end with a common question. It doesn't have a clear-cut answer, so Ronin should just wing it with whatever feels right. Ronin, looking a bit more composed, is asked the big question. What did you want to learn for you to come to Philion? The air is tense as he stands there, pondering. Zooming in, Ronin's amber eyes reflect his deep thoughts. He's not just thinking about an answer. He's diving into the depths of his soul. In a wild twist, Ronin's mind drifts to a stormy scene. A lone sword stands against a turbulent sky. He wonders to himself, contemplating what truly drives him. Back in the hall, Ronin stands resolute. His answer? To live without regrets. It's a bold statement, filled with determination. The elder, his face partially blurred, but his eyes full of wisdom, acknowledges Ronin's answer, understanding its profound significance. That's what I want to learn first, he declares. I see, I understand. In a grand hall full of majestic banners and lofty stone pillars, a voice suddenly breaks the silence. A sudden noise echoes as the large double doors swing open with an unexpected creak, drawing all eyes towards them. A mysterious figure with flowing silver hair enters, their presence commanding the room's undivided attention. Nearby, two elder gentlemen look utterly perplexed. The one with a long white beard clutches his companion, who has messy hair, as they try to make sense of the situation. What is going on right now? First Instructor Nabros, and now you two, Headmaster. The bearded one, pondering deeply, wonders aloud, what did that boy do for you both to be like this? Did he use a great trick? His mind races with curiosity. A knight, clad in shining armor, joins the conversation with a nod. That might be a good way to put it. Their tone suggests agreement with the speculation. Boom! Our story drops right into a heated scene where a bunch of characters are having their minds blown by some unexpected truth. Their faces say it all, as eyes pop out like cartoon characters. What? They scream in unison, as if they've just learned that pineapple on pizza is a thing. And then enter the robot. This metallic buddy, standing like a champ, declares y'all are a bunch of clueless dummies. It's like he's the only one in the room who got the memo while everyone else is still buffering. Meanwhile, a dramatic shift. Our brooding hero stands alone, back turned, silhouetted against the light streaming through a majestic doorway. His outfit screams him the main character, complete with a sword slung casually by his side. The scene's got that I'm about to change the world vibe. The hero's deep in thought, eyes glancing upwards. That lattice sword. Just now, he muses, clearly haunted by a memory. You can almost hear the mysterious soundtrack playing in the background as he puts the pieces together. Flashback alert. We dive into a memory where our hero confronts a fierce lady swordsman. Her gaze is intense, and their blades are locked in a dramatic clash. He's questioning his strength against her, even if it was the past me. It's a scene straight out of an epic saga, setting the stage for some serious character growth. I thought I had encountered my fair share of hardships. Our protagonist is deep in thought, reminiscing about the struggles they've faced so far. It's like a dramatic pause in their lives movie, reflecting on all those epic battles they've fought, or maybe just the struggle of finding matching socks in the morning. But it seems like I still have a long way to go. In this intense panel, we see the protagonist dwarfed by a massive, ominous figure with piercing green eyes. It's like staring into the face of a nightmare. Yet our hero seems ready to tackle whatever comes next, armed with determination and a dash of humor. I think I did good coming to fill Leon Commander. A slight smile plays on our characters' lips. They're acknowledging the wisdom in their decision to join Phil Leon. It's a moment of personal triumph, like when you finally remember where you left your keys. If I'm here, they'll be able to learn a lot. The protagonist gazes out a window, bathed in the golden light of opportunity, pondering the limitless learning possibilities ahead. It's the kind of realization that makes you want to high-five yourself. Now, there's only the written test. I've been memorizing things for a month. Determined footsteps echo as the protagonist reflects on their preparation for the written test. A month of memorizing facts, formulas, maybe even some cheesy motivational quotes. So, I'll be easy. The protagonist's face is blurred, yet their confidence is clear. They're ready to ace that test, like a brainy superhero about to save the day with their mental prowess. Our protagonist is sitting there, all broody with his head down, muttering fucking not. Clearly, someone's not having a good day. In front of him are two girls, one blonde and one redhead, in snazzy outfits. They're chatting about how this guy's life always seems to be a mess. The blonde girl is pondering over how he couldn't answer half the test questions, despite her giving him clear instructions to check his bag. A close-up of a bag reveals the missing items he needed for the test. Seems like he got so caught up in his thoughts, he completely spaced out on it. The blonde girl is blaming herself, thinking she should have reminded him. Meanwhile, the redhead is in disbelief that someone could be this clueless. The scene shifts to a view of the campus, with the girls discussing how the protagonist has been in this funk since the test ended, and the results announcement is coming up soon. Amidst a bustling crowd, anticipation hangs thick as everyone's eyes are glued to the announcement board. The air crackles with excitement as a holographic display lights up the scene, revealing the results that everyone's been waiting for. The blue-haired guy in the crowd is caught off guard, his surprise evident as he stares at the board. It's not every day you see such a flashy revelation. The pink-haired girl is on edge, her nerves getting the best of her as she turns to the blonde girl beside her. That's the list of people who passed? She stammers, clearly anxious. The blonde girl, with an air of calmness, notes the early arrival of the results. Her green eyes scan the board with a focused intensity, ready to see what fate has in store. Both girls stand side by side, the pink-haired one looking up with anxious eyes, while the blonde one maintains her collected demeanor, both waiting for the final confirmation of their efforts. Suddenly, the blonde girl's face is obscured, leaving everyone on a cliffhanger, wondering what her reaction will be to the results. The suspense is real, folks. As the scene opens, we witness an outburst of joy as a character with long blonde hair embraces a smaller red-haired girl, both of them radiating excitement. The blonde's energy is almost tangible, as if she's one step away from breaking into a victory dance. It's a moment of pure glee, and you can't help but feel the vibe. In bold letters, a triumphant shout of "We passed" echoes in the air, capturing the essence of their celebration. It's like when you finally beat that impossible level in a video game, pure, unadulterated relief and victory. The duo stands outside, and the blonde-haired character, with a playful grin, informs the red-haired girl, Asel, that she ranked first in the theory test. Asel's reaction is a mix of shock and disbelief, as if someone just told her she won the lottery. "What? Oh, really?" She stammers, clearly taken aback by the news. Asel's eyes widen as she gazes at the holographic board displaying the results. Theory tied first, 3, Asel, it reads, revealing she shares the top spot with 2 others. Her friend reassures her, "But you still came first," adding a sprinkle of encouragement to the mix. The blonde friend continues to hype Asel up, calling her cutie and cheering her on for her first-place finish. Asel, blushing, insists it was just luck, the kind of humility that makes her even more lovable. The blonde-haired character turns to another person, whose face is blurred, and asks about their rank. The tone shifts slightly, hinting at curiosity or perhaps a hidden agenda. Who is this mysterious person? In a dimly lit room, another character with dark blue hair stands with a determined expression. "I knew it. It's not there," he mutters under his breath, seemingly unraveling some mystery. The plot thickens, leaving us hanging on the edge of our seats. Ronan, the enigma of the Academy, has everyone gasping in disbelief. Our blonde heroine, with her wide-eyed shock, is practically echoing the thoughts of everyone around her. Just how did Ronan manage to waltz into the Academy like it's no big deal? Our blonde friend is not taking this lightly. She's practically wrestling answers out of a poor soul, demanding to know if what she saw was real. With intense fervor, she insists, "There's no way." Meanwhile, the victim of her interrogation is trying to utter some coherent words amidst the struggle. A sudden fiery blaze streaks across the sky, leaving everyone on edge. A dramatic twist enters the scene as this blazing light crashes down, sending shockwaves through the crowd. It's like a meteor shower, but with a plot twist. The impact of the fiery light has everyone in awe, their expressions a mix of shock and intrigue. The dramatic event has left them with a million questions, and the atmosphere is electric with suspense. It's a moment where words fail, and the only sound is the collective gasp of the crowd. Now that the fiery chaos has settled a bit, our trio stands amidst the aftermath, eyes glued to the sky where the spectacle unfolded. They realized the show was actually the grand finale of the entrance exams, a cannon fire for the salutation of each department's best. It's like fireworks, but with a prestigious twist. Boom! A fiery phoenix swoops down with all the grace of a mythical beast, looking like it's straight out of a fantasy fever dream. It's all about that fire, literally, as it descends with the words "Blazing Phoenix," lighting up the scene like a neon sign at a rock concert. The phoenix unleashes a barrage of fiery projectiles, turning the battlefield into a meteor shower of chaos. Below, a lone warrior stands his ground, looking up at the fiery spectacle with a mix of awe and determination. "It's about to go down, folks." Kaboom! The fiery projectiles hit the ground, erupting in a massive explosion that rocks the scene. The air is thick with smoke and fire, and the intense heat could probably melt your screen. Hold on to your seats. This battle is just heating up. The clouds part, and the sun shines down on our hero, standing tall amidst his peers, as the sky itself seems to crack open with excitement. It's announced, Martial Arts Department's salutatorian. The crowd can't believe their ears. Our hero, still processing the news, is flanked by 2 ladies, both with faces of utter shock and awe. One whispers Sal. Suddenly, the atmosphere lightens up as the 2 women pull him into a bear hug, shouting, "Salutatorian?" The disbelief is palpable, and the group is all smiles. Wow! For someone who ranked 527th in theory, you're the Martial Arts Department salutatorian? One of the girls exclaims, eyes wide with admiration. Clearly, Our protagonist defies expectations. With a sheepish grin, our hero scratches his head, letting out a nervous ha-ha as he absorbs the unexpected praise. The dude's got charm, that's for sure. A close-up shows our hero's eyes darting around, a hint of worry creeping in as he feels the weight of his new title. But hey, no pressure, right? Internally, he's thinking if I'm first, then that means he lost to me? There's no way his rival will take this sitting down. A storm might be brewing, and he's bracing for impact. This is a little ominous. A crowd gathers beneath an imposing sky, the atmosphere tinged with a sense of foreboding. People stand around, eyes wide, as if they've just received a last-minute invite to a doomsday party. So, it's you, the one who came first in the practical test. The tension escalates as we zoom in on a character with dark, intense eyes, clearly recognizing someone significant. Shit, I knew it. He whispers as if this meeting was inevitable. A close-up of the mysterious figure in a blue military-style uniform, complete with golden epaulets. He's got the aura of someone who knows how to make an entrance, and the air crackles with his presence. Svot Sengschlieben. The mysterious figure speaks, and it feels like the universe holds its breath. The name hangs in the air, a promise of power and perhaps chaos, setting the stage for a battle of epic proportions. In the middle of a grandiose plaza, our protagonist strides forward with purpose, his silhouette framed against the majestic architecture. Clearly, this guy's got some serious business to attend to, and the scenery's not holding back on the epic vibes. The murmurs of recognition begin as a voice off-panel exclaims, "H.E. Schlieffen?" Oh, snap! It's like seeing a celebrity in the flesh, and everyone's eyes are wide open. Someone's totally fangirling or fanboying over the Empire's rising star, not something you see every day. Amidst the excitement, Ronan is caught in a dilemma as her friend points out someone wanting to have a word. The atmosphere around him seems scary. Yeah, Ronan, sometimes socializing feels like stepping into a horror movie, right? Our main dude's got something gnawing at him, wondering if someone dear to him is still the same as they were when they were kids. He's all serious, trying to piece together this puzzle that's been bugging him. Boom! That blue-eyed gaze is back, looking like it holds a million secrets. He's like, wait a minute, that ominous vibe? It's like a bolt from the blue, connecting the dots in his mind. Our hero's now standing in a crowd, clearly shaken by this epiphany. What on earth is going on? All right, folks, we dive into a tense standoff. Our main dude here, dressed sharp in a blue military outfit with golden accents, has his face all blurred out, keeping his identity under wraps. But you can tell from the setup that this ain't just a casual day at the park. Our mysterious soldier isn't backing down. Coolly, he grips his sword, ready to bring out the big guns, or should I say blades? The word proof hangs in the air like a challenge. Our hero, with his intense gaze and sword drawn, faces off against a formidable opponent with wild blue hair. The clash of their blades sends sparks flying, and the sheer force of their battle creates a whirlwind of energy around them. As the battle rages on, two onlookers, a blonde and a redhead, are caught off guard by the intensity of the fight. Their eyes widen in shock as they shout out in surprise, clearly taken aback by the unexpected turn of events. The scene is bustling with excitement as a fight erupts. A girl with lavender hair is gasping, her hands covering her mouth in shock. Beside her, a guy is also taken aback, fists clenched. The atmosphere is electric, and the tension is thick as everyone turns their attention to the brewing brawl. Things get intense as we see two fierce-looking dudes locking eyes. The first one, with sharp blue hair and a glare that could cut through steel, accuses the other of having some mad skills. His opponent, with fiery determination burning in his eyes, shoots back, calling him a crazy bastard. The showdown is about to explode. Welcome to the office. Our mysterious young dude is greeted warmly by a receptionist, who asks him to take a seat. She seems polite, ready to assist with whatever he's there for. The receptionist offers him coffee or tea, but our guy's not about that life. He politely declines, keeping things mysterious. The receptionist, a bit puzzled, asks if she can confirm the lottery tickets. Something's definitely up with these tickets. He hands over the tickets like it's no big deal. The plot thickens. As she inspects the tickets, she's left wondering if this guy can see the future or something. Intrigue levels maximum. A young guy in a white jacket confirms that all 100 are confirmed to be the first-place prize. The atmosphere is tense as he drops the news. The person opposite him, a woman with sharp eyes, seems intrigued and asks, "And how much would I receive?" She's clearly keen to know the reward for her efforts. The young guy, looking a bit hesitant, starts to respond with a stutter. So, leaving the question hanging in the air. First up, our main guy is diving into the world of real estate, sitting at a table with a stack of papers, probably thinking about how to seal the deal on a new place. The scene shifts as he shows off his new digs to a friend, who asks if he likes it. The vibe is chill, with a bit of friendly teasing about the new spot. Looks like it's a thumbs up. Things kick off with our mystery protagonist sheepishly admitting, "I don't have any money, though." Oh boy, that's never a good sign. Enter the next scene with a bang. Our confident guy stands surrounded by a storm of cash, casually pointing to a mind-boggling debt of 14 billion won. Yikes! In a more intimate moment, the confident one leans in, sensing the tension. He assures the first guy, "I know what you're about to say, but I didn't do this without thinking about it, all right?" Seems like there's a plan behind the madness. Our story kicks off with a laid-back dude casually entering a room, dropping a mysterious line, "Ah, didn't I tell you?" As if he's about to spill some juicy secret. Bam! Without warning, a fist smashes through something solid, sending debris flying everywhere. Someone's got some serious power. The scene shifts outside, where another character stands confidently after punching a massive hole in a wall. Talk about making an entrance. With a smug grin, this powerhouse casually mentions, "I might be a senior, but I've got some fight left in me." Clearly, he's not one to mess with. A clenched fist punches the air with a burst of energy, and the words "furthermore" echo, setting the scene for an intense moment. The fighter, full of determination, thinks about his incredible endurance and strength, wondering how he's still standing. A side profile shot reveals a confident smirk as he acknowledges that even a tiger would seem weak compared to his newfound power. With a firm grip and a look of resolve, he questions why he's not out there fighting right now, eager to unleash his potential. High above the city streets, a shout pierces through the urban noise. Something's about to go down, and it ain't looking pretty. The scene shifts to a worried dude in a green jacket. He's stressing about a friend who's ghosting his calls. "What's the deal, man?" Meanwhile, in the crowd, we got a calm guy in a blue hoodie. He's staring down an arrogant fool, thinking, "Do you think I'll let you go?" The vibes are intense. Things escalate quickly. A shadowy figure with some seriously angry eyes is all. "After you glared at me like that, I'm going to kill you." Uh-oh, stuff's getting real. And then he pulls back his fist, ready for whatever's next. The tension's thick enough to slice through. What's he planning? Stay tuned. A young guy is chilling in front of someone's door when an older man suddenly questions him, asking, "What are you doing in front of someone's door?" Unfazed, the young man fires back, "Oh, why do you care? Are you the landlord or something?" The older man seems a bit taken aback. With a casual tone, the older man declares, "I am the landlord." The young guy is left in disbelief, muttering, "What?" The landlord probes further. "And what are you doing? Are you here to meet a friend?" The young man looks puzzled. "Friend?" "Ah, the classic, I'm just here to see a friend move." Our guy here is trying to get someone to open the door, looking all nonchalant. The elderly man pops up, looking a bit startled. He's like, "I lost contact with my friend too." What a coincidence. The young man is hit with a curveball. "Seems your friend ditched you, buddy." He's all like, "Huh?" Turns out the friend pulled a disappearing act, moving out today. Our dude's standing there, realizing he's been played. And cue the clenched fist of rage. This bastard. Yep, he's not taking this well. He ran without saying anything. Someone's left stunned as a mysterious figure bolts off without a word. What's the rush? Whoa! A towering skyscraper looms above, gleaming in the sunlight. It's an impressive sight that catches our character's eye. It's so tall. Our adventurous character shades his eyes, marveling at the sheer height of the building. Wow, it's a rotating door for an entrance. Stepping inside, our character is amazed by the fancy entrance. It's like walking into another world. These two guys, armed with entry cards, are checking out this building. They're at the reception, and one of them can't believe they even have entry cards. As they stroll through, they spot a security guard. One guy's mind is blown, thinking, wow, even a security guard? Inside, it's like they're kids in a candy store. One of them yells, bro, this place is amazing. As they take it all in, the excitement keeps building as they decide to move on. Let's go, one says, and the other replies with a pumped yeah. Two characters step into this massive, swanky apartment. One of them is just blown away like, whoa, how big is this place? One character casually drops the bomb. It's about 330 square meters. The other one is practically yelling, 330? Checking out the place, one of them wonders if it's too big just for the two of them. But hey, with a lot of money, it's got to be this big, right? The big question comes up, how much was the contract? The answer? A cool 50 million won deposit with 2 million won each month. Not too shabby. The scene kicks off with a tiny character freaking out about some serious magic vibes and a huge 22 million revelation. The little dude's all about those mystical energies floating around. Meanwhile, two brothers are chatting about real estate. One's like, bro, this place is too pricey, while the other insists they need that expensive spot for better security. The debate heats up with, the more expensive it is, the better the security. Clearly, one of them is all about living the high life. Fast forward, and we've got a nighttime vibe. One of the guys is lying in bed, deep in thought, pondering life's fragility and how everything can change in a heartbeat. The big worry? Disasters like fire and earthquakes. Our guy's clearly got some heavy thoughts swirling around as he braces for what comes next. An assassin, hired by other players, is about to make a deadly move, setting a dark and ominous tone. And so, when the time comes, players need to prepare to go over to the other world in as safe of a place as possible. No matter how extraordinary you are in the other world, everything will end for you in real life, warns a character with piercing blue eyes. Two characters engage in a lighthearted chat about a house, bringing a moment of levity. Chilling in the room, one guy says, yeah, it's good that you like it. The other dude, wrapped up in a scarf, looks a bit surprised. Scarf guy is silent, seemingly in deep thought, or maybe just awkward. Suddenly, Scarf guy drops, I'm sorry, bro. The other guy's like, HM? Trying to figure out what's going on. Out of nowhere, a hand flies in with a loud slap, leaving everyone shocked, including us. Hey, so we've got our mysterious dude looking a bit anxious, and his buddy is all like, hey, WL trying to calm him down. What's the drama, right? To shake off the worries, they decide to hit up a Korean place rumored to have some bomb food. Let's eat, says the friend. And our worried guy is just like, okay, food solves everything, doesn't it? Suddenly, our mysterious friend gets a call. The phone goes all ooh-ooh-ooh-ooh, and you just know something's about to go down. Our main guy realizes he's been noticed. He's thinking, he'll just ignore it. Not like it'll mess up my life again. But you can tell something big is brewing. With a glint of blue, he considers, but maybe in the other world. What's he planning? A little reality switcheroo, perhaps? Alright, so there's this dude looking a bit flustered while chatting on the phone in the hallway. Something's definitely up. Then his buddy pops up, asking if he's heading out somewhere. Whoa, you're awake. The first guy responds, a bit surprised. Turns out he's got a mission. He ordered some rice cakes and needs to grab him. Priorities, am I right? Two dudes are chilling, one fiddling with a gift box, looking a bit unsure. I don't think I've ever done this kind of thing before, he says, scratching his head. The other guy, with a casual slouch and a smirk, shoots back, of course, I'll be fine. It's just a gift for the new neighbors. Not like you're proposing or anything. Why did you buy them? The casual guy asks, leaning against the wall. The gift-wielding guy replies, well, we need to make a good impression since we moved in. Isn't that good manners? Gift guy gets a moment of enlightenment. Well, it's not a bad idea to be a good neighbor. The other guy nods in approval, good thinking. They share a moment of mutual agreement. Gift guy, feeling a bit more confident, suggests he'll go change my clothes. Maybe we could go together? The casual guy, still relaxed, agrees, it'll go, and then meet you at the corner. All right, here we go. The scene starts with a finger pressing a doorbell. Ding dong. Someone's about to make a first impression. The door opens, revealing two guys. The one with the hoodie speaks up. Hello, we just moved in next door. We're here to say hello. Classic neighborly move, bringing a cake and everything. A woman opens the door and greets them with a simple, hello. Seems like she's curious about these new faces. She notices the resemblance between the two and asks, seeing how you two look alike, are you siblings? The brothers confirm with a smile, yes, we are. A little chuckle seals the friendly vibe. A friendly gesture unfolds as a family presents rice cakes, recommending them while warm. Gratitude is exchanged, with promises to see each other around. A young man reveals he just moved into apartment 4302. With a polite bow, the family encourages him to enjoy the rice cakes, solidifying a friendly connection. The elevator dings open on the 44th floor, which is apparently part of the swanky penthouse. Fancy, right? Two guys are strolling down the hallway, chatting about how the penthouse uses both the 44th and 45th floors. One wonders if that makes the resident some kind of wizard. The other dude speculates it must be someone loaded, like a celebrity or a member of a rich family. Who else can afford such a luxury? They reach a door, but there's just silence. Maybe no one's home? Awkward. One of them decides to press the doorbell, just to be sure. It's worth a shot. Still no answer. Looks like it's time to bounce. Better luck next time, guys. Our protagonist is caught in a tense moment, gripping his shirt with determination. His piercing blue eyes are locked on something, or someone off-screen. The air is thick with anticipation, as a blurred figure stands beside him. Suddenly, a second character, with dark hair and a look of shock, exclaims, "That's..." Meanwhile, a confident woman strides down the hallway, her presence commanding attention. She's got a stylish outfit and an air of authority, drawing all eyes to her. Walking down the hallway, a mysterious and stylish woman catches everyone's attention. Her confident stride and chic outfit make her look like she's stepped right out of a fashion magazine. Two young guys in the hallway notice her. One of them is completely mesmerized, blurting out, "Whoa, she's pretty like an angel." His friend seems a bit puzzled, as if trying to process what just happened. Suddenly, a hand reaches out towards the enchanted guy, interrupting his thoughts. It's a swift, unexpected gesture that leaves everyone a bit startled. The scene shifts to a well-dressed man confronting the two guys. With an intense look, he asks, "Who are you? Are you fans?" The mysterious woman stands behind him, observing the situation. Two dudes show up, looking all friendly, and say, "Sorry, we're your downstairs neighbors." One's rocking a casual hoodie vibe, while the other seems a bit more formal. The suited man, looking a bit confused, repeats, "Downstairs neighbors?" while holding a plate that looks like a peace offering. Hoodie guy jumps in, probably trying to ease the tension. "I thought it was something else. Do you want to try some tiak?" The suited man turns down the offer, saying I'm fine. And she doesn't eat that kind of thing before casually walking away. The scene ends with the suited man swiping a key card on a fancy-looking door panel, clearly heading off to his own business. A woman with wavy brown hair steps in, greeted by a man in a sharp suit. She's trying to play it cool, but you can tell she's a bit on edge. She moves inside, followed closely by the suited man, her expression showing a mix of curiosity and nervousness. Elsewhere, two guys are watching the scene unfold. One of them, with spiky black hair, raises an eyebrow, commenting on someone's rude behavior. The other guy, not bothered, tells his friend to ignore it. He's more interested in something else that's caught his attention. The spiky-haired guy's eyes light up as he excitedly points out something amazing, clearly blown away by what he just saw. The blue-eyed guy is caught off guard, clearly surprised by something sparkling in his field of vision. He blurts out, "What?" with a mix of confusion and curiosity. Enter another character, who's all up in Blue Eye's face, demanding answers. "What do you mean, what? You saw her as well?" Clearly, something or someone has both of them rattled. Now the mystery deepens. Blue Eye's companion describes this enigmatic figure as like a siren. Intrigue levels are through the roof. We switch gears to some headlines. Celebrities are in the news, and not in a good way. There's a buzz about a tragic event that only one survived. Things just got real. Aaron slumps on the couch, releasing a sigh that echoes her exhaustion. The room is quiet, save for her thoughts swirling around. She clutches her phone, disbelief painted on her face, pondering how the world still functions amid the madness. The phone screen lights up with a message about Kwang Miho, an actor whose latest project has paused due to his struggles. Drama in the entertainment world. Engaging in a text exchange, Aaron confirms Shell attended a eulogy with a friend, reflecting on the care the departed gave them. It's a moment of somber connection. Someone's lying down, contemplating the harsh reality of a competition where even the most successful aren't safe. The vibe? Total survival mode. Enter Aaron, our introspective lead, with flowing hair and a gaze full of what-ifs. She's thinking how lucky she was to dodge that article bullet. Aaron's deep in thought, realizing she's changed a lot. She's baffled that the media still finds her newsworthy. She's sitting, looking out, pondering the media's obsession. The future seems full of unknowns, and she's feeling the pressure. Suddenly, her bodyguard snaps her out of it. Aaron's startled but plays it cool, brushing off her deep thoughts. The scene opens with a calm, yet intense vibe, as a man tells a woman it's okay to speak frankly with him. They've got that serious chat energy going on. The woman, with a thoughtful look, wonders aloud about how she's going to survive the next round. She's deep in thought, clearly concerned about what the future holds. The man, confident and reassuring, tells her not to worry about the next round. He questions why she would worry when he's around to back her up. She seems to be overthinking things, and he tells her to just trust in him and relax. The man is like a rock, trying to ease her worries. With a gentle smile, she agrees, saying, "Of course, who else would I trust?" Her face lights up with a sense of relief and trust. The room is filled with tension as a woman with flowing brown hair and a calm demeanor speaks. She's reminiscing about her first mission, highlighting her role as the company's first assassin and the beauty guide. Her eyes tell a tale of experience and capability. The scene shifts dramatically to an action-packed battlefield. Amongst the chaos, a fierce-looking man is in the heat of battle, showcasing his skills. The intensity is palpable as he charges forward, a whirlwind of movement and determination. Back to a quieter moment, the same serious man, now in a formal setting, makes a heartfelt promise. "I'll protect you no matter what, so don't give up," he declares, exuding a sense of unwavering loyalty and determination. The woman, now sitting in a more relaxed environment, acknowledges his promise with gratitude. Her response, "Yes, thank you so much," is simple yet filled with emotion, highlighting a bond forged in trust and shared experiences. In a lighthearted exchange, someone mentions a tempting offer that looked delicious, but there's a gentle jab about gaining weight if indulged. The setting shifts to a more serious tone as a character warns about others who only want something from you, cautioning about how they'd harass you for more. Despite the warning, there's a moment of introspection as the character thinks that these people didn't look like bad folks. Two guys are standing there, one holding a cake, and they seem to be in a conversation. One of them, with striking blue eyes, says, "Well, I suppose," and you can just feel the tension hanging in the air. Switching scenes, there's a woman with long hair, looking all thoughtful. She's talking about how fascinating it is that people can act like going through a harsh situation is no big deal. You can tell she's been through some stuff. Then we've got this serious-looking dude in a suit, and he's not impressed. He's all like, "Do you think killing 10 of them was that difficult? Only an idiot would have failed." Yikes, talk about high standards. Back to the lady, and she's pondering again. Turns out she's saying, "That's because your skills were prominent in that other world." Even so, there's more to the story, and she's deep in thought. And boom, action time. We got a character called Black Scythe, and they're out there in a field, ready to make some moves. It's intense, and you know something epic is about to go down. Some dude standing there looking all mysterious, thinking he must also have a job in real life. I wonder what he does? Now we're diving into some deep thoughts. I'd be able to survive the second round as well if I worked with someone that's skilled. Intense, right? Our scene shifts to a woman chilling by a window, deep in thought. She's wondering if she can handle the next big thing, too. Meanwhile, a vacuum cleaner does its thing by a window, giving us a peek at the cityscape. Talk about multitasking, blue eyes and dark hair. Our guy enters with a mop, looking ready for action. In back, he declares, greeted warmly by his friend. Got the earnings? Asks his friend. Not much this time, just 97 billion. Casual, right? A suited man greets him, asking if he's back thanks to a lucky customer. The scene opens with two characters chatting. One is curious about the other's secret. The mysterious answer? I received a divine message in my dreams. Talk about intriguing. The other character seems pretty impressed, wishing they could have such dreams too. Seems like they've got dream envy. Our dreamer stays silent, perhaps contemplating the weight of their dream revelations. Or maybe just zoning out a bit. Now they're on the move. The conversation shifts to some serious money talk. One asks if the price rose as expected, and the answer? Yep, it shot up to 150 billion. The camera focuses on our dreamer once more, looking sharp and a bit mysterious. What's going on behind those eyes?